God made the world the way it is, and we just got to live in
I will lay my hand upon him by my people Israel, and they shall do according to my anger, and shall know my vengeance. Thus saith the Lord, and do this. Now, arise, Judah, and remember.
Nigger's nigger, boy.
Now, seek out and destroy. There shall be none remaining of house of Esau. Go. Yahweh ha'alayim, Yahweh ha'alayim, Yahweh babakushaka, Adonam Yahweh barakanahu. Yahweh ha'alayim.
Hey there, he's all that. You got to die for what you did to me. You sold my family. You thought it was good when you stole our history. So much misery. Wasn't enough for you. Even changed the face of my loyalty. But by Hashem Yahweh, we're coming to tear your kingdom down. That's right. We ain't playing with you. We ain't playing with you.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Here we come.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Here we come.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Marching
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Esau.
Yahweh babakushaka, Adonam Yahweh barakanahu. Mashallah, Yahusha.
Listen up, Esau, we're coming to get you for all of the lies and the wickedness you done.
Tell him she
You had us in slavery. You had no mercy on the children of Israel. You raped my mother,
You raped my
and you
mother.
took my children.
You took my
Hung me on a tree, beat me till I was bleeding. And I can't wait till that day to come.
Wow.
Slaughter you all.
Slaughter you all.
We're gonna tear your kingdom down. Yes, we are.
That's right.
Yes, we are.
We ain't playing with you.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Here we come.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Here we come.
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Marching
Yahweh ha'alayim,
Esau.
Yahweh babakushaka, Adonam Yahweh barakanahu. Mashallah, Yahusha.
Ooh, doesn't it feel good? We in power now. 'Cause we took Esau down. It feels good to get that rest from that pain and that stress we were made to serve. Yeah, don't forget about the olden days when we disobeyed the Father.
Don't forget about the day the Most High put us in captivity for breaking His laws, statutes, and commandments. And you so-called niggas still breaking His laws and commandments. We gonna put you to death right along with the Edomites.
Niggas love us.
Yahweh babakushaka, Adonam Yahweh barakanahu.
To the red
Mashallah, Yahusha.
All right, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum, Yahweh Shemar Alathan, Ba Shem Yahweh Shai. To all the brothers and sisters tuning in. If you are watching in the live stream, let me know where you're watching from. Today, honored to have 12 Shield General Mahayaman to grace us with his presence and break down Romans chapter 11 and focusing on the wild olive tree, understanding what Paul was talking about in the book of Romans. Um, I also want to take a look at, we're going to talk about a little bit how Christians try to graft in the other nations as if they can be a part of the salvation that God has for Israel. And that's not true. That's not in the Bible. We've, beginning with Commander Journey Johanna, we've shown it a million times how the children of Israel were cast off and lived the lifestyle of a Gentile. And that's exactly who Paul was dealing with when he said, I magnify my office. He was dealing with brothers and sisters who didn't know that they were Israelites growing up and had to relearn and be taught the Most High's laws and ways and be taught about the death and and rising of Yahushai because the grave couldn't hold him down. We're going to talk a little bit about Cornelius a little bit because it kind of goes into it. But we're focusing on Romans, the 11th chapter. So again, if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. I will be highlighting the comments on the stream, right? And without further ado, let me see here.
See you, Gad.
Most High
What's
Christ,
going
sir.
on?
Kind of what sir. The water's
Yeah, denele un aplauso. Give him a hand. Denele un aplauso. Gracias, gracias, gracias por sintonizarse con nosotros esta noche. Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Estoy al servicio de el General Johanna. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando General Johanna. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombres español, negros o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pensando. Órale. Let's get it on, Gary.
kind of what sir.
All right, why are we here tonight?
We're here tonight to break down Romans 11th chapter, focusing on the wild olive tree specifically, sir.
Most High in Christ, the wild olive tree breakdown. Is there something in specific that you need about this? Is there a certain point or no?
The point would be, I know we're going to go over the entire 11th chapter, but the point would be showing how, because what Christians are saying now is like they've always been saying, sir, is that all nations can be saved and they could be grafted in, and they try to use the parable of the wild olive tree as a way of including nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel to receive salvation.
I understand. Well, let me tell you what. We're talking about Romans 11, the 11th chapter.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something now. Romans, the 11th chapter. I, of course, know that the Christian church would like to say that this precept is about every nation being saved. And when I say the Christian church, I mean the Black and Hispanic Christian church. Because the Black and Hispanic Christian church has ceded this world to the white man. They believe that today belongs to the white man. They believe that the banking system, all of the blessings, every good thing is owned by white people. The entire hope of the Black and Christian church is that there will be no racism in heaven the way there's racism on the world today. There'll be no hatred of Blacks and Hispanics in heaven because there is so much hatred of blacks and Hispanics today. This is the dream of the slave, brother. The dream of the slave is the world where white people and black people could finally be equal. And so for years, black Christians, Hispanic Christians, and Christian Israelite groups have held on to this place, this future, where white people will consider us equals. And that is where the lie about the olive branch that is grafted in comes from. They're hoping that one day they can join white people. They're hoping that one day they could actually be equal with the man who oppressed them for so many years. Blacks and Hispanics, I have good news for you. There is no equality in America, in Great Britain, and there will be no equality in heaven.
Right.
The white man is the oppressor, is the judge, is the Lord of the sky and earth in this world. And in the kingdom of heaven, blacks and Hispanics will be the lords over every star, every tree, every green hill, and every blade of grass. The good news of the Bible is that there will be no equality in heaven to give justice for the lack of equality on earth. That's the good news. The real breakdown of the olive tree that's grafted in, brother, is the final solution to a problem that we started so many years ago, brothers. If you want, let's start here. Give me when Solomon sinned and had sex with women who were outside of his race.
Okay.
And what happened because of that? While the brother is getting it, I'm going to give you a brief summary of what happened. A long time ago, there was a king over Israel. His name was King Solomon. And at this time, King Solomon was king over a unified nation of Israel, all 12 tribes. And it took a lot of fighting and bloodshed on behalf of his father, King David. But finally, King David won lordship over a unified nation of Israel. And the reason he won is because the Hispanics came and joined him. I believe it was a brother named Tolah who came and unified with King David and joined him. And because the Hispanics joined King David, he finally was able to rule over the Hispanic populated land because the Hispanics decided to follow King David's son, King Solomon. And they decided to follow King David. So King David's son, Solomon, ruled over a unified nation of Israel, all 12 tribes. But then one day he committed a sin against God. And this is what happened. Go ahead and read it, brother, if you have it.
Kind of what kind, sir? 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Read that again.
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
You see, you fake Israelites and Christians out there, you think that God is rewarding you with the ability to love strange women. You think it's a treat you'll get to have. You finally won't be lynched for being with a white girl. The family of the white girl will finally accept you. You call that heaven. Well, let me tell you, King Solomon, he did that. King Solomon, after David gave him a kingdom, unified through bloodshed and through the sacrifice and the faith of the Hispanic-speaking tribes of today, they joined King David. And because of that, he ruled all 12 tribes. But his son decided he would do something that was evil against God. The same thing that you are praying you could do in heaven. What did he do?
Loved many strange women.
Strange women, women outside of his race. Keep going.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
With the daughter of Pharaoh, who would be an African woman, which would be unlawful for us to touch. Keep going.
Woman of the Moabites.
Which would be a Chinese woman, which would be unlawful for us to touch. Go ahead.
Ammonites,
which would be the Japanese women, which are unlawful for us to touch. Go ahead.
Edomites.
The Edomites, which are what you call today white women, which are unlawful for us to touch. Continue.
Zidonians,
that's some type of, I don't know what, that's like an Ishmaelite or Aganaganite. I don't know what the hell that is. Command and General Yohana knows what that is. I think it's one of those Kardashians, but I'm not sure. Continue.
And Hittites.
The Hittites, that's another, I forget what the hell the Hittites are as well, too. but I'll ask Commander General Yohana. They're not a people I see every day, so I don't know who the hell they are. But these are all heathen races of which the Lord said, thou shalt not touch. Keep going.
Kind. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Do
For
you see
sure,
this? Do you see this? The Most High God said you're not supposed to go in unto them, meaning you can't have sex with their women and they can't have sex with yours. Continue.
kind. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
You see, that's what happened when you integrate. And you Christians, your entire dream is integration, is real integration. Not the kind of integration we have today. That's not good enough for you. You want to be fully grafted into white people. You want to be accepted by them. You want them to love you. You want them to accept you. That is your hope and dream. And it's why you chose that religion. It's why you chose that Israelite group. I understand. The problem is that action is the very thing that destroyed our nation. It destroyed us. So since Solomon went into these women, which God said not to go in unto, go ahead.
Kind. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines.
You understand this? He had 700 wives, 300 concubines, which means Israelite women that he took in war, and gathering the kingdom together. And he still loved these heathen women. He cleaved unto them in love. That is why you believe that white people and black people will one day be together in heaven, because you are attached to them and you are passionate about your love of your slave master. Passionate about it. You can't let them go. I see you fake Israelite groups. You go now and make a new fake Israelite group and just say, you know what? God revealed something to me. The white man can be saved. Well, God revealed that to everybody. Everybody thinks that. Why? Loving them. You love them so much, even though you could have 12 different flavors of woman. But you just love white women so much that you don't even want heaven if white people aren't going to be there with you. So because he loved them so much, even though he had so many other women he could have, keep going.
Kind. Uh, uh, and his wives turned away his heart.
They did what?
Turned away his heart.
That's what happens to a lot of you Christians when you go have sex with white women. They turn your heart away from God. That's what happened with the IUIC. Their leader, Bishop Nathaniel, he has an African wife, and that African wife turned his heart away from the truth back in the 90s. Turned his heart away. And well, that's what happened to King Solomon. Continue.
Kind. Verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Most High his God, as was the heart of David his father.
You understand? David, that was a hardcore brother. That brother unified the nation of Israel. There was no division. Solos nosotros. We were together under King David. The Hispanics chose him to be their king, walked into his castle and decided that you will be king over all Israel, David. And he thanked them from the bottom of his heart. And he knew he could not have won that war without the Hispanics by his side. Then what happens? His son becomes king. All he does is love white women and African women. And so now God cursed the nation over this act. Skip down to the curse that God did.
Kind. Verse for as much as 1 Kings 11:11. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
I will rend the kingdom, rip it from you, and give it to your servant. And what happened after this? A rebellion rose up in the northern kingdom. That's what happened. This is when the Hispanic tribes broke away from King David's family. They broke away from the house of Judah. They broke away from that tribe in war. A civil war broke this nation apart. Don't you understand? Our division comes from one man choosing women of another race over his own people. And because God wanted to curse us, he divided us. Well, let me tell you something. The olive branch that is grafted into the natural olive branch is this nation coming back together. That's what it's about. It is the fulfillment of what David always wanted. One king over one nation, not a nation divided. That's what Romans, the 11th chapter, is about. It is the answer to all of our problems, brother. It is the answer to the curse that King Solomon put on this nation because of his lust for women outside of his race. It's the answer. It's the cure. Esta es la cura. Everybody understands.
Okay.
Before I move, now let's go to I'll break down Romans 11. Let's go to any questions in the room. Who do we have anyone in the room that needs a shout out?
Kind. We have I've been highlighting them. We have Brother Rapayat checking in from Austin, Texas.
What's his name again?
Rapayat.
Give Rapayat a hand, man. Give Rapayat a hand. Denele un aplauso. Give him a hand. Rapayat, you got it out.
Okay. Yeah, everybody was just checking in, sir, on the comment section.
Christ. Good to go. All right, you got it.
Okay. You wanted Romans 11 now, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid.
Read that again. You see, and you correct me if I'm wrong. Give me a little lemon in this or something like that.
Okay.
See what you got back there. When everyone is reading this, I don't know if they even read the first verse out, because we know what we're talking about here, right? This is telling you what this is about.
Right.
This is about the fulfillment of the final blessing that David wanted for his people, that his son Solomon destroyed because of his lust for other women. And here is Paul saying, what again?
I say then, hath God cast away his people?
You see, you would think that God threw away his people and now he's going to love other people. Now he's going to love white people and Chinese people and Africans and some people living in the land of Israel calling themselves Jews, but are not.
Right.
You think God just picked another people? Has God thrown away his people? The people David ruled over, the unified kingdom, the 12 tribes of Israel. Has God thrown away his people? Keep going.
Kind. God forbid.
God forbid. He has not. Continue.
For I also am an Israelite.
For I also am a what?
Israelite.
Am a Jew.
Israelite.
An Israelite. An Israelite, which is why Paul is using that word, which is a word from the Old Testament that Jesus Christ and the disciples brung back because their job was to unify this nation again. That's the gospel. Yeah, squeeze it up in there. That's the gospel, to unify this nation again. This at one time was not blacks and Hispanics, but we were one nation. But we had a king that forgot the law of his father. We had a king who let his lust overpower his duty to his people. And because of that, he chose white women and Africans, and this nation was split up and destroyed. Now, here comes Jesus Christ to fix the problem of Solomon, to correct the error of Solomon. And Jesus Christ gave his life so we could be one nation again. Have God cast away his people? God forbid. Throw that in there too. God forbid. For I also am an Israelite. Go ahead.
Kind. Of the seed of Abraham.
Of the what?
Seed of Abraham.
Of the seed of Abraham. Who is the seed of Abraham? Isaac. Why is he saying the seed of Abraham? Because Abraham had another son. Abraham had another son who was the son of the flesh, but not the son of the promise. Abraham said, in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Abraham's seed is Isaac, not Ishmael. That verse alone is excluding a race right here. It's excluding someone because Ishmael was also Abraham's son, but not his seed, not the one God chose. And the Lord said that you will cast out Ishmael and his mother, and in Isaac shall thy seed be called. If you need the precept, Gad, you can give it to him.
Khan.
Right there, he's excluding the Ishmaelites because Abraham is also the father of the Arab people. But that's not who he calls his son. That's not who he calls his seed. They're bastards to Abraham. They're children that he threw away because the Lord said, in Isaac shall thy seed be called, meaning you're going to call your seed Isaac, not the other one. In that, it's telling you that God is excluding a race of people right there. If you want to give him, tell him where it is, you can. Go
Khan.
ahead.
Khan. Verse of the tribe of Benjamin.
Of who?
The tribe of Benjamin.
Now remember, at this time, they were only calling themselves Jews. That was it. They had thrown off every other identity, and it was just the Jews. So the Benjamites, the Levites, and the Judites just called themselves Jews. They threw away the title of Israelite. They just were Jews. But Paul knew that wasn't the gospel. The gospel is that the Israelites, all 12 tribes, are coming back. He's a Benjamite. That's who he is. What you would call today the so-called West Indians. He claimed his tribe, and not just the simple moniker of being a Jew, so you can throw away every other tribe and you can claim the glory of the children of Israel for yourself as one tribe, which is what the Jews were trying to do. The Jews were trying to just be the only chosen people of God are the Jews, and that's it. But Paul, knowing the work of Jesus Christ, knowing the mission that Jesus Christ was on, which was to correct the mistake of Solomon, he said, I also am an Israelite. God hasn't thrown away his people. I'm an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, which is Isaac, and the son of Benjamin, which is Jacob's son, who he had, and the Benjamites are who you call the so-called West Indians today. All 12 tribes of Israel are coming back. How? We're going to be grafted in together. We're all going to come together. We're all going to get sealed up nice and tight when, as before, we were broken apart. We're coming back together. God has not cast off his people. Continue.
Khan. Verse 2. Romans 11 and 2. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Mm-hmm.
Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Keep
But,
going.
Khan, verse 4, but what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Now, all you Christians out there listening, listen carefully. We already know what the topic is here. The topic here is Israelites. The topic is that God has not thrown away his people because the Israelites are still here. Paul being one of them from the tribe of Benjamin. So now, what does this have to do with the Israelites? The Lord is saying, don't you know that the Most High God always reserved men who would stand up for his word, even in a place when no one else would? And that is how the Israelites will take again their culture. That's how. The only reason that people don't know they're Israelites is because there is another person who sits in the White House, who has the power over ICE and the FBI and the NSA and the military, who tells you that you're an American, who tells you that you're a Mexican, who tells you that you are a Guatemalan, a Haitian, a Puerto Rican, a West Indian. The people in power have taken your identity. But the Lord is saying, didn't you hear what Elijah said? There's 7,000 men that will not bend the knee to Baal.
Right.
They won't worship a strange God. You Christians, you are worshiping a strange God. How do you know? Because that strange God is making you lose your identity, making you make the children of God, the people he loved, making them go away. but you also are an Israelite. You're an Israelite too. But the problem is you don't stand for it. You bend your knee to Baal. But the Israelites, UPK, we do not.
That's right.
And because we don't compromise or relent of God's word. We don't try to get along and try to have peace or try to fellowship because we refuse to give up our identity. God's children will know their identity because we're going to tell them the Mexicans are the chosen people of God. The Hispanics, los Latinos, are the chosen people of God. So, hijos y hijas de Dios, the sons and daughters of God. We're going to tell the Haitians they're the sons and daughters of God, man. And why? Because we're not going to bend the knee to a strange God. Not at all. Continue.
Kind. Verse Romans 11 and 5. Even so, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Read that one more time.
Kind. Verse 5. I'm sorry. Kind. Verse 5. Even so, then at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Just like the Lord back in the Old Testament had 7,000 men that would refuse to worship a strange God, he has a remnant right now that will not worship strange gods either. Just like then, just like back in the past. And just like Paul said, there was a remnant in his day that will stand for the Lord and not bend their knee. There are men right now in 2025 that are in that same spirit. That's why the Israelites have never gone away. Don't you understand? You would never have heard of the Israelites or the 12 tribes of Israel without commanding General Yohanna
Right.
and his men. You would have never heard of it. You just think that the Jews are these white people that own everything in America and own everything in the Middle East, and you're nothing but a nigger and a spick. That's what you would think you are. But Commanding General Yohanna, brother, because he refused to bend his knee to a strange and foreign God, the Israelites haven't gone away. The knowledge of who you are, your culture, your customs, your laws are still here, just like in times of old. Keep going,
Kind. If I may, sir,
please.
may I read a precept?
Absolutely.
Kind. The water, sir. Isaiah 10 and 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty God.
Yeah, listen, denele un aplauso. Excellent precept. Give him a hand. That is it. The Most High God promised this, brother. And you're seeing it happen right now. It's happening right now, right in front of your face. Now, here you are, angry at One West because we're joining together blacks and Hispanic. Because your entire mission of life, ever since you could read, was to join yourself to white people and marry a white woman, live in a white neighborhood. So now you think that we're evil because we're joining together a family that has been divided for too long. Too long. Too long has this family been divided. Continue.
Kind. Romans 11 and 6. And if by grace, then is it no more work of works?
And if by grace, then is it no more of works? Who online would like to answer that question for me? If it's of grace, then it's not of works. Because, boy, thank the Lord for that, because if it was of works, I could have never come into the truth. I could have never had the opportunity to change my life if it was of works. Who would like to explain what that means? It is not of works, but of grace. Anyone want to give it a shot? If I need to do some shout outs, let me know.
Kind. Can you see them on the screen, sir? I'm posting the comments on
They're
the
a little
screen.
small for me. I got to get close. I've been there.
So like you.
Go ahead.
Made them a little bigger. Brothers and sisters in the comment section, to answer the general's question, leave a comment and I'll pull the comment up.
You want to keep rocking?
Kind. Romans 11 and 6. And if by grace, then is it no more of works?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, grace is no more grace.
Is somebody trying to answer? If not, I'm going to break it down. Good to
Uh,
go?
UPK Princess Kanawa
Mm-hmm.
says, Salakia Adawan, is it because our works would have gotten us unalived?
Exactly, sister. Exactly. It is not of works, but of grace, because my works are terrible. What does the term works mean? Works is your past, the things you have done. That's your works. Your works are what I've done. What are your works? Well, the things that you've done in your life. And when you examine the things that you've done in your life, like I have, then you thank the Lord that it doesn't matter what I've done. What matters is that God has forgiven me and given me another chance to do the right thing this time. It's not of works. Why? Because our works would keep us out of our nation. Our works would mean we had to be thrown away. What is a criminal? If a man is a criminal, he can no longer be part of society. Don't you see that's what happens even today? Every American has rights. You got freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom, right to assemble, right to for the pursuit of happiness. But what happens in a person's life that makes them take away your rights that everybody else has? Committing crime. So now, because I commit a crime, someone can kidnap me and it's legal. They call it an arrest warrant. That's an arrest. If you weren't a criminal, when the cops would take you away, they would call that kidnapping. But it's not kidnapping because you're a criminal. Don't you see? A criminal loses his right to be part of the rest of society. Well, in Israel, if you've sold drugs, if you've had sex with another man's woman, if you've stolen, if you've lied, if you've taken someone's life, then you lose your right to be part of this nation. You're excluded from this nation the same way when you go to jail, you're excluded from the rest of society. It's the exact same thing, but it's not about works. So I can still be part of this nation. But why? Because God has given me grace for my works. God has given me forgiveness for the things I've done for so long. He's given me grace. Now, with that grace, I live a better life. I'm like a prisoner that has come out of jail under one condition. What's the one condition every judge gives you when they release you from jail? Who knows? Who wants to give it a shot? Maybe you've never heard it before. I have heard it before. Don't let me see you in this courtroom again. That's what they tell you. They say, I'm letting you out, but do not let me see you in this courtroom again. No judge frees you from jail and says, go ahead and keep committing crime. It's no problem. You're free. You're free, little birdie. I paid the price. No judge says that. If a judge lets you out, they tell you, don't come in here again. You're out. You better keep your nose clean from here on out. You better walk the straight path from here on in. Getting released from getting forgiven of a crime means you can't do the crime again. Well, you think that God is more light with his rules than the white man is with his? No. We've all been given grace for the things we've done in the past, which means we cannot commit those works anymore. We can't do it anymore. That's the difference between grace and works. Let me see. I Baja 1 West Salakia, sir, if I may. Does it mean we are only allowed to come into the truth by grace and not works? Well, you're being literal, but you're not explaining it, Ibaja. I just explained it. Your works are your past. Your past is what you have done. Those are your works. Grace is what you are doing. That's the difference. I'm living in grace right now, meaning I don't sell drugs. I don't harm people. I don't do the things that I used to do before. My works, they are evil. My works. But I'm in grace, meaning I don't do those things anymore. It is exactly like being released from jail, getting an early release, getting a parole. It's the exact same thing. Just think that. Once you're in jail because of your works, right? The judge throws the book at you. They go run down everything you've done. They call it what in court? What's another word for works in court? Who knows? I want someone in the class to answer.
Kind of what kind? Type in your comments. Type in your comments.
What do they call works in court? These are good brothers. They never been to court. I thank the Lord for you.
It's like it.
And I'll give them one more shot. No go?
No, sir.
I got to give it to you. In court, they call your works your record. Your record.
Mm.
Those are your works. They say he has a record, right? He has or your criminal history. Good answer. Your criminal history or your record. So the minute the police pull up your record, your background, those are your works. Your record, that's your works. Your criminal history, that's your works. Right? Your works are terrible. Thank the Lord that it's not about works this time. Thank the Lord. Because if it was about my record, if it was about my history, I'm not making the kingdom. That's it. I'm not making the kingdom. I should just wait until death comes because it is impossible for me to make the kingdom. I can't make it. I'll never get in. Grace is my only chance at making the kingdom. That's my only chance. And so there are so many brothers and sisters like me that understand what I mean. Well, your record, your criminal history, that's your works. Read the scripture again about works.
Kind of what kind? Romans 11:6. And if by grace, then is it no more of works.
You see that? If it's by grace, then it ain't about works anymore. Well, that's good because I have a record. I have a history. But it's not about that. It's about grace. Grace is the time I've been given to earn my forgiveness. I've been given that time. Jesus Christ said, whosoever does not take up his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Right? Jesus Christ said they will hate you because they have hated me first before you. I have time now to earn this second chance that I've been given. I've been just given a second chance. I did not earn it. Jesus Christ earned it. But he earned it for me. So now it is not about my record, my history, my works. I have grace. I've been given time to earn the forgiveness that I've been given. That's what grace is. Everybody understands.
Kind of what kind?
No entiendes. Gracias. All right, go ahead.
Kind of what kind? But if it be verse 6, but if it be of works, oh, I'm sorry, I started at the top. And if by grace, then is it no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be
Read
of
that again. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. Who wants to break that down? If it is about works, then grace is no more grace. If it's about works, then I have not been given any time to earn my forgiveness. You're just gonna arrest me because I have a record, which is what happens in this evil kingdom. They pull up your sheet, they go, "Oh, you got a record. Oh, that means you did it. You did it. Why? Look at his record." That's the first thing they pull out in front of the judge. Look at his record, Your Honor. Well, the minute they show everybody your record, they don't need any more evidence. All they need to know is what you've done in the past. Hey, listen, somebody broke into this house. Now you broke into 3 houses last year. You did it. You got arrested for breaking into 3 houses last year. Who broke into this house last night? Nigga, you. You did it. I don't need any more proof. Your record is the proof of who did the crime. Well, if you're going to look at my past and determine who I am today, then grace doesn't exist. I'm supposed to be given a second chance. You can't look at my past and tell me that that's who I am today. My past is what I have done. Grace is what I'm doing. Everyone understands.
Kind of what kind? A brother said, oh, it's like you. I don't know if it's a brother or sister.
Grace with no grace is getting automatically judged. We'll make it more clear. Grace with no grace is getting automatically punished. Punished. That's could not say it like that. And you're right. Go ahead.
Kind. Romans 11 and 7. Oh no, I'm sorry. The latter of 6. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, work is no more work.
Otherwise, work is no more work. Now, damn it, I just gave it to you. Otherwise, work is no more work. Whoever answers this right for me is going to impress me. Otherwise, work is no more work. If grace is no more grace, then work is no more work. K on the end, not the S. I just gave it to you. Who wants to answer the question?
Type it in the comments. Type it in the comments. Also, get those likes up. Get those likes up, Israel.
I got to give it to him, because we got to get to the olive tree, right?
Kind.
Well, if I'm going to automatically be punished for my past, then what's the point of me changing today? Which is why it says work. Read it one more time.
Kind. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work.
So what is work? Work is what I am doing. That's work. Works with an S on it is what I've done. My record, my past. Well, if I'm going to be punished automatically because of my past, then there's no point in me changing today. So what's the point of doing any of this if you're going to just say, well, he used to be a criminal, so he still is one. He used to be a murderer, so he still is one. Then you give no account for the change I've made in my life today. Because if grace is no grace, then work is no work. Then there's no point in changing then. If you're going to look at my past, do you see you stinking Christians out there? Not to insult you, not to insult Christians. Okay, I'm trying to be nice. All right. But you just make me sick with your hypocrisy and the fact that you think that the Bible's sole purpose is to get white people to accept black people and to force black people and Hispanics to love the people who oppress them. You never look at the Bible as a source for black and Latino unity, as the source to end black on black crime, Latino on Latino crime, black on Latino crime, as a tool that God made to rescue us from oppression, not a tool for us to give ourselves over to the oppressor even more. You're missing the point of the Bible. You're missing the point of the olive tree. You're missing the point. Come on, let's go.
Kind. Verse 7. What then? Israel hath not attained that which he seeketh for?
Now you see, we're talking about Israel again, right? This whole thing is about Israel. So what then? Israel hasn't achieved that thing they've been trying to achieve? Is that what you're saying? Keep going.
But the election hath obtained it, and the
Oh,
rest
keep going.
and the rest were blinded.
Oh, let me tell you. Is it that Israel has not achieved that thing that they're looking for? What is the thing that Israel is looking for? What is the thing Israel is looking for? To be accepted back as the hijos y hijas de Dios, the sons and daughters of God, to be together again, to have our own land, to have our own culture. This is the thing we have wanted since Adam was expelled from the Garden of Eden. Now, are you saying Israel cannot achieve being the chosen people of God? That's not true. There are an elect of us who have achieved it, and the rest are blind. You see, in the UPK, we know the point of the Bible is to unify the 12 tribes of Israel. Is to give them a culture and a law that binds them together under God's protection. You think the Bible is a tool of oppression that you choose to use to be oppressed. You think that's what it's for. We know that you are blind. You're blind. The whole purpose that Israelites have always wanted is to be the chosen people of God and to have our sins not separate us from God. Our goal was never to make another people the chosen people of God, to get another people into heaven. What type of garbage is that? Your whole goal in life is getting white people another kingdom, another pleasurable moment. When por tanto tiempo, we've been suffering for so long, so long. And por tanto tiempo, we've wanted to end this suffering and to be treated on this earth as the chosen people of God. You're blind to it, but there are certain people that are not. That's the point. Keep going.
Come, verse 8. According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Unto when?
This day.
Unto when?
This day.
Este día. Este día. Unto this day, you Christians and fake Israelites are blind. You think that all God wants to do is get you a white woman and get you to live in a white neighborhood and to force white people to accept you as equals. That place you call heaven, the place where white people can stomach you, that's heaven. The place where white people can stomach you, that's heaven to you. That's not heaven to someone who's the elect, who actually has been chosen to see what other people don't see. You better wake the hell up. You Christians better smarten up, man. You better wake up.
Right.
So your whole life has been devoted to getting white people into heaven, while white people are not even devoted to getting you into America. White people are trying to kick you out of America. Meanwhile, your whole life is trying to get white people into heaven. What type of garbage relationship is that? What type of relationship? My whole life is saying, but God is going to love white people. God is going to accept white people. The white man's entire life is getting me out of America. Voting in a president to kick me out of America. My life is about getting them into heaven. I got to move on. I got to move on. You're blind. You're blind. Continue.
Come. Romans 11 and 9. And David saith, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them.
Let their table be made a snare, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. What is your table? Who wants to know what that's talking about? David said, the Lord has prepared a table for me in the sight of my enemies. You know what your table is? Your table is all of the food that you have received. You have a table full of food, and that table is why you can't see God's word. That table is destroying you. All of the things you've gotten, right? What have you gotten? You've gotten a white woman. You've gotten a new car. You've gotten money. You've gotten to live in a house that's better than the hut that your grandmother and abuelos and abuelas lived in. That's why so many Latinos voted for Donald Trump. Why? Because the Latinos in America have gotten a table that the Mexicans, the paisas over there in Mexico, they haven't gotten it. You have more money than the Mexicans who are born in Mexico. That's why you Latinos voted for Donald Trump, those of you that did. Because you don't want some paisa coming over here and taking what you have. You don't want any more Mexicans down at the work site. So you voted for Donald Trump. That's why a lot of you black people voted for Donald Trump, because you don't want any Mexicans coming over here. Why? Because you have money, more money than your grandmother did in Mississippi, starving to death. You see, the money you've received, the table that is full in front of your face, that's what's going to destroy you. That's what's a stumbling block to you. That's a stumbling block. When if you were poor, just like the brothers coming over from Mexico and Venezuela today, you would have a better heart. You would be more kind. You would have more compassion. But you have a big, nice table full of food. And that's why you're going to be destroyed, because that table has made you error. It's made you stumble. Everyone read that again, and that's all I can do for them.
Come. Let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them.
I just broke that down. Go ahead.
Come. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always.
And do what?
Bow down their back always.
Now, I just need someone to tell me, what is that a metaphor of? What is it a metaphor of? Wake up, you stupid Christians. Get the tambourine out of your hand and pastor's penis out of your mouth and just tell me, what is that a metaphor for? What is it? And read that again, that last part.
Kind. And bow down their back always.
Gad, I know you know what that's talking about, right? So I'm not going to ask you. Yawana, colpa otra vez.
If you want to take a stab at answering the general's question, type in your comment. Type in your comment.
Colpa con hielo.
Change. What Sister Kanawa said? Slavery, sir.
Give Kanawa a hand. Yeah, that's all it could be talking about, Kanawa. Because you're so blind, you take every precept that is about the unification of the 12 tribes of Israel, us coming back together to correct the mistake of Solomon. You take every precept, and now because you have a little bit of money, because there's a little bit of food on your table, now you can't see the word of God anymore. All you see is the money you have and the money you can't lose and more money that you want. And because of that, your back will be bent always. That is slavery. All you want is more slavery. That's what Christianity has done for you. That's what your money has done for you. Your job that you think is so precious that you hate the Latinos to come over to America because they might work a few hours and get out of poverty. You're not willing to share with the Latinos, and that's why you'll never share the kingdom of heaven with anybody. Because blacks and Latinos are co-heirs to the kingdom of heaven, a unified people. You are going to bend your back for your master forever. Continue.
Kind. Romans chapter 11, verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
Give the sisters Salah and Yahweh and I a hand for keeping these drinks coming. They're doing a hell of a job. And they set the computer up for me tonight.
Most High in Christ, sir.
If I was here by myself, we'd be doing this computer over the phone. We'd be doing this class over the phone tonight. Gracias. All right. Well, I just broke all that down to you. We're in terrible shape. The majority of us are blind. Those of us with a little bit of food on their table, they're blinded by their prosperity, Christians, and they can't even see compassion and kindness. They can't even unify their nation for the sake of keeping a few crumbs on their table and making sure another brother doesn't eat. Does that mean we have stumbled, that we should fall? Keep going.
Kind. God forbid.
We have not. Listen, I know blacks and Latinos. So many times you can look at blacks and Latinos and go, niggers ain't shit. These beaners, these spicks, they just ain't shit. They ain't gonna never be anything. They nothing. You hear enough of that talk from your parents and hear it all your life. Before you know it, you just think that there's something broken with blacks and Latinos, and they'll never get it right. It seems stupid to try to fix them. It seems like the smarter move to just get deeper and deeper into your enemy society. Let me tell you something. Our people have stumbled, but they have not fallen. We've stumbled, but we have not fallen. God forbid that we should fall. We're going to get back up. We're going to stand back up. And blacks and Latinos are going to be one. We're going to come together. It is going to happen. It is the will of God. Keep going.
Kind, sir. But rather, through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles.
Here we go. Through their fall, salvation has come to the Gentiles. All you have to think about is everything we've said today. Everything you just read above it. God has not thrown away his people, which he foreknew. Who are the Gentiles? The people which he foreknew. Those are the Gentiles. through their fall, salvation has come into the Gentiles. Who is a Gentile? I'm a Gentile. You're a Gentile. Because we are people thrown away from Israel. Give me, they are aliens to the commonwealth of Israel.
Come
Give me
on.
that. We are Gentiles. Every last one of us watching this class, if you are black and Latino, you are a Gentile because you are not people raised in the land of Israel, circumcised on the 8th day, kept the commandments your entire life. You were thrown away, cast off, which means you are another nation, another people. Go ahead and read it.
Kind. Ephesians chapter 2. If may I start at 11, sir?
Please.
Kind. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh,
In times what?
in times past
In times
Gentiles,
what? In times
past,
what? What's your
past,
past? What's your past? Your works. Your works. That's your past. The things you've done. In times past, you were Gentiles. Keep going.
in the flesh.
In the
Who
what?
in the flesh?
Why does it say in the flesh? It's right above it. It's what the whole controversy was about with Paul. In the flesh, meaning what? You were not circumcised. You weren't circumcised. You were eating pork. You were eating shrimp. You were celebrating Christmas. What does it mean to be in the flesh? In the flesh means your sin. Your sin. Precept. Give me the works of the flesh and the works of the spirit.
Come
Real
on.
quickly.
Galatians. Hold on a second.
There was a whole controversy during this time because the Israelites who were in the truth were saying that the new brothers had to be circumcised. Paul was saying they didn't need to be circumcised. They could circumcise their hearts. Their hearts. They could change who they are. They didn't have to correct the fact that their father didn't get them circumcised at 8 days old. And then he began to make them understand about the concept of the flesh as opposed to the spirit. You were Gentiles in your flesh. This is why. Go ahead and read it.
Come on. Galatians chapter 5, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh,
The works of the what?
the flesh,
What of the flesh again?
the works,
Spell that word.
WORKS.
Yeah, the works of the flesh. That stuff that you have done of the flesh is what? Go ahead.
Are manifest.
These are manifest. These are right in front of you. These are obvious. You can see them. Keep going.
Which are these?
Go ahead.
Adultery.
Wait, Chinese and white people, right?
Adultery.
It didn't say white people.
Lie, sir.
No, it didn't, because when Paul said you were Gentiles in the flesh, it was not talking about race. Everyone he's talking about is an Israelite, every last one. When he says Gentiles in times past of the flesh, it meant you were serving your flesh. You were serving your flesh. These are the works of the flesh. Go ahead.
Adultery.
Adultery is a work of the flesh. Go ahead.
Fornication.
Fornication is a work of the flesh. Keep going.
Uncleanness.
What uncleanness? Wait a minute. This sounds like it has something to do with the law. With the law in the book of Ephesians. All of these things are breaking of God's law. Uncleanness. What was the other two?
Adultery and fornication.
Adultery is a sin. It's a law. You're breaking a law if you commit adultery. What is adultery? A woman having sex with anyone that is not her husband, and a man having sex with another person's husband. Another person's wife. Keep going.
Lasciviousness.
What does lasciviousness means? All of that filth happening in the Sakari. All of that filth happening in the Christian church. A ton of everybody sleeping with the same woman, child molestation, all of the things that the Christians tell you doesn't separate you from God because no one is perfect. It absolutely separates you from God. Absolutely does. Because you are living after the flesh. Continue. Shalom, Princess Asa. Go ahead.
Come on. Idolatry.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. He said uncleanness. What is uncleanness? Eating pork is unclean. Eating shrimp is unclean. Celebrating holidays is idolatry. Christmas is idolatry. Thanksgiving is idolatry. Halloween is idolatry. The Christian church is idol worship. Islam is idol worship. These are laws in the Old Testament. Paul is saying that if you're doing these things, you are living after your flesh. Your body wants it. Your penis wants that whore or that homosexual sex. Your penis wants it. Your eyes want the money and the cars that you steal, right? The things you see, you want to take them, right? Your stomach wants pork and shrimp and lobster. You're serving your body when you sin against God, when you break God's commandments, which is why the Bible says that you were Gentiles in the flesh. Continue.
Count. Witchcraft.
What's witchcraft? My God. Many aspects of the Christian church. If you're worshiping, what's that mess they worship every day on their birthday and all that?
Um.
Your birthday, because I was born this day now.
Oh.
Astrology.
Astrology. Count.
Astrology and Christianity is mainly, worshiping the stars and witchcraft and all of that garbage. Keep going.
Hatred.
Hatred. What is that? Who wants to tell me what that is? Christians, what is hatred? You know what hatred is? Hating your brothers, hating your sisters, hating the Hispanics. Someone tells you that the wild olive tree is about joining together blacks and Hispanics. You say, hell no. We got to join with white people. You are a hateful bastard. Why would you say come against the joining together of the two most oppressed people on the planet Earth? You see the ice. It shocks me when you see some fake Israelite group who makes their whole life about saying that white people can be saved while there are tanks coming down their street to arrest Latinos. So, Tazariak, did you hear about there's a whole new Israelite group that popped up? They
Count.
call it the Genesis or the light of God or something like the torch of God or something like that, right? Now listen, I've seen so many Israelite groups come and go. Most of them I've made them go. That's why they left, because I've made them leave. Most of them. And I hear now there's a whole nother Israelite group, another one, a brand new fresh baby one, Israelite group. And what I think to myself, while there are tanks coming down the street harassing Latinos because of the color of their skin, ripping babies out of their grandmother's abuela's arms. You say, you know what God wants me to do? Make a new Israelite group to prove white people can be saved.
Good night.
You're a hateful animal. You're
Right.
hateful. Are you not even inspired to devote yourself to helping the Latinos? You don't feel any pull in your heart. If you decide, I'm going to rebel against God, rebel against the true prophets of God in the Israelite school of UPK, and make my own Israelite group, are you telling me that your mission is to save white people and not Latinos? You are full of hatred and you are of the flesh. Anybody doing anything today, you should be heart-filled, focused on saving the lives of your brothers and sisters, the Latinos. Your whole life should be about it. If you are a black man, your entire life should be about saving Latinos, because in the UPK, our life is about saving La Raza,
Right.
about saving Boricua, about saving every his so-called Latino tribe that Donald Trump wants to destroy. We're devoted to it. We're devoted to it. What are you devoted to? Saving white people? They're all right. They're ICE agents. They're doing just fine, white people. ICE is hiring them by the thousands. They don't need your help. Continue.
Count. Variance.
What
Eh,
is variance? Who knows what that is? Who knows what variance is? You want me to tell you, young brothers and sisters? Being against each other. Being against each other. Variance. when you make us argue and fight with each other when we should be unified, not varied. We shouldn't be many. We should be one. We should be one. But we're not one. Why? Because of you. Because you devote yourself to just helping white people. If you form a new church tomorrow, your church is going to have the same goal as every church before you. Join blacks and Latinos to white people. That's it. Even though there's tanks coming down your streets, even though babies are being snatched out of their mother's arms, you still are not moved with any ounce of compassion to devote yourself to the Latinos. You want us to be against each other. We have to fight each other. We always have to be with each other. What's the opposite of variance? Who wants to look that up for me? What's the opposite of variance? Anytime, anyone, you can do it too if you want.
Kind of kind.
You know,
A brother asked, if I may, sir, the curses in Deuteronomy is why we hate I assume, our own people.
the curse in Deuteronomy is not why we hate our own people. We hate our own people because of the lust of our hearts, and we're cursed for that lust. That's why we're cursed. We're cursed because we hated our own people before we got cursed, which is why God cursed us. God cursed us because we hated each other. Blacks and Latinos hated each other. But the Most High God said that he would bring us back together. What is the opposite of variance? Identical. Absolutely right, Ibaja. Identical. We're going to be one. You're fighting against our oneness. Amarse unos a los otros. Amarse unos a los otros. We're going to love each other. And because we love each other, we're going to become one. Uno. We're going to become one. You're against that? You don't love that. You don't want us to be one. You don't want us to be identical. You don't want us to be the same. What do you want? You want us to serve white people. You want white people to get in the kingdom of heaven. No problem. Go over to the ICE agency. Stand out front. Unity. That's correct. Unity, Shakar. Unity. Don't you see these Christians are against unity? They don't want us to be unified. They want you to knock on the door of that tank with that white man with a mask on and tell him heaven is for him. He can get heaven. He's going to heaven while you stomp on a little girl who's being snatched out of a grade school because her mother was born in Mexico or Venezuela or Haiti. You're a hateful bastard. You religions, you hate Latinos, no problem. Amarse unos a los otros. We're going to love them. We're going to love each other. We're going to be identical, unified, one unified nation of 12 tribes under one king. Keep going.
If I may, sir,
Go ahead.
may I read a precept based on what you just said? How we're
Loud
gonna
OKC.
kind, sir. This is Ezekiel. You just said that we will be unified under one king. This is Ezekiel, slack you, 30, 34 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them. Even my servant David, he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, the Lord, will be their God, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. And
Is there more?
kind.
Mm-hmm.
Verse Ezekiel 37:22. It's like it.
Mm-hmm.
37:22. I started at 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations. neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Yeah, that's the word of God, Christians, fake Israelites. That's what God wants. God wants someone, even if if they're the few, to care about blacks and Latinos because no one else does. No one else does. His mission that he sent his prophets on, his disciples on, is to unify 12 tribes under one king and to give that people a land of their own that would rule every other land. That's the gospel. That's the point of the Bible. Continue,
Count, back in Romans 11, sir.
please.
Count. Romans 11 and 11. I say then, have
Wait,
they?
I'm sorry. You give me the fruits of the spirit.
Oh, so
So
like,
now, what I'm trying to show you is that flesh is not talking about their race. Flesh is talking about an Israelite who is ruled by his flesh, meaning his carnal desires. The word carnal means flesh, all right, or carne in Espanol. Go ahead.
count. Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy,
Keep going. Keep going.
peace,
Keep
long
going.
suffering,
Come on.
gentleness,
Come on.
goodness,
Come on.
faith,
Faith. Keep going. Keep going.
meekness, temperance.
Keep
A-
going.
Against such there is no law.
But there is no what?
Law,
There is no what?
law.
So do you see there are laws against the fruit of the flesh?
Mm.
There are laws against the works of the flesh. The works of the flesh and the what? Read that again. And the what?
Uh,
From the top.
kind. But the fruit of the Spirit is
You see,
love.
I knew you were going to say that, Ak. Why didn't it say works of the flesh, of the spirit?
Mm.
Anyone want to know? Why didn't it say works of the spirit? Anyone want to guess? Because your works are what you've done. It's what you've done. Your past. Your works are evil. Your works are always evil because you were a sinner in the past. Because you're a Gentile. You're a Gentile. Your works are evil. But the fruit of the Spirit, that thing that you will grow and blossom in you, is kindness, love, faith. Things that your body doesn't need or desire, but your heart does, your spirit does, your conscience does.
Hmm.
You want to save white people. Saving white people is the fruit of the flesh. It's what your stomach wants, your penis wants. You want to have sex with white women and you want to share in white prosperity. Your flesh wants to save white people, not your spirit.
Mm.
If you had any love in you, you would devote your life to saving Latinos. You would devote your life to it. I have. The UPK we have. I'm not Latino, and I have devoted my life to Los Latinos. Why? Because it's the work of the Spirit. It's what God wants. It's
Right.
the culmination of everything the prophet said and desired. It is the correction for the mistake of Solomon. It is for David. It's for him. He wants it. And Jesus Christ, his grandson, is sitting on the throne, fulfilling the will of his grandfather. One nation, one king. Continue.
Kind. Verse 24, Galatians 5 and 24. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts.
I mean, I just broke that down for you. Okay, that's why crucifying the flesh. You're killing your carnal desires and you're doing what's right in the spirit that your conscience wants. Now go back to Romans. That's all I can do for you all. I'm assuming that was a big stumbling block for people. Thabawan,
Kind.
good Gentiles after the flesh. Was that a big deal in the internet world or not?
It shouldn't be no more, sir. It's like it.
I would say. All right. Okay, let me know. I'm not. This ain't my. This is not my world. I don't know about the internet world and all that and battling people on the internet. So you got to tell me what is controversial. Like what does everybody like? What's the precept that when the fake Israelites or Christians pull it, they go, "We got you with this one." Like, well, I
Kind.
got you here. Now, I'm assuming that Gentiles after the flesh is one that they think they have us with. They
Con.
don't. They
Right.
don't. They're blind. Keep going. So I hit
Con.
one more time.
This is one of the verses that Christians, fake Israelites, one and the
Yeah.
same. This is what they like to use um, to push that teaching that the Gentiles is talking about other nations literally.
Mm-hmm.
Romans 11:11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But
Mm-hmm.
rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to
Mm-hmm.
provoke them to jealousy.
Here we go. So who fell? Who fell? Because we know salvation came to the Gentiles because they fell. Who fell? The Jews fell. I went over that earlier for that reason. The Jews, which is what Paul is talking about when he said, have God cast away his people which he foreknew? God forbid. Because I'm an Israelite. But what did Paul think he was in the past when he was a Pharisee? Who knows? He says it in the Bible. He says he is to a Jew. That's what Paul said. Find me the precept where Paul called himself a Jew.
Con.
Paul called himself a Jew because he was a Jew. He was of the ruling class of Israel, which only accepted the term the Jews. They did not accept the term Israelite. They accepted the Jews. Do you have it yet with Paul?
Yes, sir. Con, sir. This is Acts, I believe, 22. Let me see here. Acts 22.
Let him walk in there. It's fine.
Let me see here.
Come on. Come on. Go to bed. Go night night. Go.
Let me see.
Go.
Oh,
It's all right.
3 of 16. Okay, I myself. Maybe I'm reading over it.
It's all right. Everybody can go find it. Just put up Jew and, to when I was a Jew, to the Jews, I'm a Jew, the most Jew. I learned at the feet of Gilgamesh, I think, some name like that. Go
Okay.
find it in there.
I got it, sir. I got it.
Go
Select.
ahead.
It's Acts 21 and 39.
Mm-hmm.
But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus.
Now you hear that? Now this is him when he's talking to them. I'm a man which am a Jew because he was in the ruling class. That's what they accepted. They did not accept Israelites, but they fell. How did they fall? They sinned against God just like the other Israelite tribes. They were eating swine's flesh behind every tree.
Mm,
John the Baptist got his head cut off because he said that this chief priest was having sex with a whore. And the whore demanded the head of John the Baptist for saying it in public. John the Baptist was beheaded because he told everyone that the ruling class, who were the perfect elite Jews, they were having sex with whores. Jesus Christ said, whosoever is without sin, cast the first stone. They
mm,
all dropped their stones. They dropped their stones and left because they had fallen. That's
mm,
what fallen means. They were not the people who kept God's law anymore. They had fallen. They
mm,
broke God's law just like anybody else. Just like the Hispanic tribes, the northern kingdom who was thrown away. Remember, at this time, the northern kingdom, Israel was broken up into two parts, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. The southern kingdom is where Jerusalem was. That was where Judea was. The northern kingdom is where, what's that word that's for the northern kingdom, that term?
uh,
It's the term for Israel.
mm.
Samaria.
So
Samaria.
Samaria, yeah.
Samaria was the northern kingdom. They had been gone for 600 years. Gone. They left Samaria and went into captivity under the Persians and the Medes. And then from there, they left and came to the Americas. That's in the Apocrypha. If you need to give it to him, Gad, give it to him, all right?
Kind.
That's in the Apocrypha. So they were gone. But now the Jews also were sinning against God, eating pork, sinning, committing adultery, they fall. They fell also. But through their fall, salvation had come to the Israelites who fell 600 years ago. And they were called Gentiles now. Because now God was in the position of having no people to stand for his name. None. No people at all. Before, when he threw away the northern kingdom, he had the southern kingdom. He had the tribe of Judah, mainly some of Benjamin, some of Levi. So he threw away the other tribes because of their sin. Then the Jews, Benjamin, Levi, the tribe of Judah, they sinned too. They sinned too. And now God had pronounced death on the Jews. 70 years after Jesus Christ died and rose again, the Roman army came into Jerusalem and destroyed it. Destroyed the entire city and sent them into Rome, sent them into Africa. Sent the Jews into Africa. So now God had no people. Well, through the fall of the tribe of Judah, the other tribes were able to come back. You want me to give you the exact same scenario? Moses. If you needed Moses, when Moses went to receive the commandments from God, the Israelites were at the bottom of the mountain and they were riotous, making a golden calf to go back to Egypt. The Lord told Moses, I will kill all of thy people and raise up a nation in your seed. I'll kill every Israelite and make a new nation called the Mosesites. Moses convinced God not to do that. Well, don't you see God was in that situation again? He had already destroyed the northern kingdom, the Hispanics, the North American, so-called North American Indians for their sin. Now Judah sinned as well. Now he would have no people at all. But he had one man who was the flower growing out of dry ground. He had one man that said that this nation still had beauty, had kindness, had courage. And for that one man, he did not destroy this nation. But now every brother in that nation must follow that man because he's the one that saved us the same way Moses saved us in the past. He saved us. Otherwise, we would not be a nation at all. There would be no children of God. We would all be thrown away. Have God cast away his people, which he foreknew? God forbid. He did not throw them away because of Jesus Christ, who saved our life. Now every race can come back. What do I mean by race? Mexicans, Guatemalans, Haitians. These are all races, meaning what? These are all what? Nations. These are all nations. These are all these nations, all these peoples, all these Gentiles can come back. These Gentiles are the people of God, which he foreknew. That's who they are. But they were thrown away because of their sins. But because finally the Jews fell, now God had to take back everyone who fell, or else God would not have a people at all to call by his name. Everyone understands.
Khan, that's heavy, sir. It's like
No problem. Go ahead.
Khan. If I may, sir, may I read precept?
Mm-hmm.
It's Revelation 7. Oh, it's like Revelation 7 and 9. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to when I said nations and races. That's talking about the Israelites. The Gentiles who are now not Israelites, they're thrown away. They're African American, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Haitians, but they're truly the children of God who are now aliens from the Commonwealth of Israel. But finally, when God had no people, because we had all sinned, it meant he could bring back all the people who sinned in the past. And that's what this precept is about. I'm about to break it down for you, lay it down nice and flat. Are there any questions or comments that you would like me to read? Go ahead.
Let me see here. Um, Sister Mariam Bath Yashikar said First
Mhm.
Corinthians 9:20.
Absolutely. She's telling the truth right there. First
Okay.
Corinthians 9:20. Absolutely. Uh, Mariam Bath Ashikar. Go ahead.
Kind. First Corinthians 9:20 is a good precept.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry, Bath Yashikar. Bath Yashikar. My apology.
kind.
Go ahead.
Going back to Paul. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. You
Yeah,
know,
you get
kind.
that. You had the one earlier when you said he was a Jew.
Kind.
That's true. All right. Go ahead.
Kind. This is if I could, it would bother me if I don't read it later.
No problem. You get
But
going on.
in Revelation 7 and 9, where it talks about a great multitude, the
Mm-hmm.
Christians like to use that and say that that's of course talking about all nations. But in Second Ezra 3:16, it says, "And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude." So even that
That's
terminology, kind.
standing precept, though. That's out, and it's you know what it means when it said "put by Esau," meaning passed him by.
Mm,
Like Esau was shelved. He was put to the side.
mm,
Even though he was the eldest son, he was put to the side. He was passed over. You get my
mm.
point.
Sir.
That's a perfect precept for that. Everyone should have written that down because that's a perfect all nations precept. Where is it at again?
Second Ezra 3:16 through 17.
That's a good one. Keep
Count
going.
concept. Count concept. Romans 11:11.
Mm-hmm.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles,
Mm-hmm.
for to provoke them to jealousy.
For to what?
Provoke them to jealousy.
For to what?
Provoke them to jealousy.
For to provoke them to jealousy. Keep going.
Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles,
Mm-hmm.
how much more their fullness?
Let's deal with the jealousy part first. Precept for jealousy.
Count,
Because
count,
thou hast driven me to jealousy with gods that are not gods.
count,
I shall
count.
drive you to jealousy with a people that are not a people. That are not a people. So many people, so many fake Israelites and Christians, you do not understand this precept, though it's in front of your face. Why? Because you're blind. Is there a such thing as Allah? Is Allah a God? No, he's not. Is Jesus a God? No, he's not. Is Mary a God? No, she's not. She's not a God. And guess what? Because we worship gods that are no gods, now we're going to be jealous with a people that are not a people. Are Mexicans a race of people? Who wants to blow my mind with the answer?
Mm.
No. Mexicans can't be a race of people. Who is the president of Mexico right now? Anyone want to know?
Let me see.
Yeah, somebody groped her and grabbed her breast and her butt last week.
Good night.
They groped her. The president of Mexico is a Jewish woman.
Good
She's a
night.
Jewish. And you know what? And you know what? When she signs a piece of paper with her nationality, what does she write down? Thabawan?
Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican. So does that mean she's the same people that are crossing the river, the Rio Grande River, to come over here and pick corn and pick tomatoes? Mexican is not a race. That's not a race. You know who's Haitian? The white people that live in Haiti who have all the money, they're Haitian. You know who's an American? George Washington and me. Now, do you
Right.
think me and George Washington are in the same race? We're not American is not a race. It's not a race at all. It's a country, a place. So now here we are. You're going to be made jealous by the people who are not a race of people because you are the same people as the Gentiles. They're not a race. They're not a race of people. The Chinese are a race. The Japanese are a race. The East Indians are a race. You're going to be made jealous by La Raza, and they're not a race. They're the same as you. They're the exact same people as you. They're not another race of people. They're the same as you. The same way Jesus is not God, the Mexicans are not another people. They're not a race. They're you. And you're jealous by you. You know another precept for this? The prodigal son. Prodigal son is about this very thing. We're made jealous now because put yourself in the Jews' seats back in Jerusalem. You're the Sadducee and the Pharisee. You're the chosen people of God. You're the only ones, the tribe of Judah, the Jews. Then one day you start hearing that God is going to throw you away. Jesus Christ goes out in the street and says, you're going to be cast out into utter darkness. You're going to be thrown away. Jesus Christ said the destruction of the temple is coming. He said there will not be one stone upon another. Jesus Christ is prophesying the destruction of the chosen people of God. He's saying it. And now you know you're going to fall. But now, because you have fallen, the other Israelites who fell long before you can come back. So you can be made jealous by this people who are not even a people. They're you. They're the same as you. They're not another race. They're you. And it's going to make you jealous. Why? Because you're going to see your own people prospering under God's covenant without you. You want me to give you another precept? The rich man who prospered, who had money, who wore purple every day. He dressed in purple. And there was a man named Lazarus who laid at his gates every day. He would walk over Lazarus. Lazarus had sores all over his body, and dogs licked his wounds every day. That was the only comfort he got. Finally, when Lazarus died, he went to Abraham's bosom. What's in Abraham's bosom? The covenant that we all want. To be the chosen people of God. To rule the earth under God's protection. The rich man who wore purple when he died, he went into a hole in the ground and suffered. And you know what he said? Lazarus, come to me. Lazarus, come get me. He was jealous of Lazarus. Lazarus was living in the condition he wanted with God's protection. Lazarus said, you're not going to change even if I come. You didn't change for the prophets. You didn't, and you won't change even if somebody comes back from the dead. You would still change. That's the same thing. Who is the rich man in purple in this parable? The Jews. The Jews are the rich man in purple. Who is the poor man with sores? The northern kingdom. The people thrown away and suffering. The Hispanics. The so-called North American Indian. Here we sit, the tribe of Judah. We have every advantage that the North American Indian does not have. Every advantage that the Latinos do not have. But the tribe of Judah today has every advantage. And now you look down on a so-called North American Indian that lives on a reservation. You look down on the barrios who suffer and have tanks rolling down their street simply because they want to earn a living to take care of their children. You look down on them. You're the tribe of Judah. You're the Jews who hated the other tribes so much. You were jealous of them. And finally, out of jealousy, you'll say, I'll serve God too. Since God is taking back the sinners, I will come back as well. That's what the prodigal son did he not? Let me tell you, there are stories in the Bible that are strictly about blacks and Hispanics coming together. The story of the rich man who wore purple is about the Jews who are rich accepting the northern kingdom who was poor and suffering. The story of the prodigal son is about the son who stayed with the father And the other son left and he lived riotous. Then he was poor, eating out of a pig's trough. And then he decided to come home. But when he came home, what happened? The son who never left said, Father, you never gave me a ring. Father, you never killed the calf for me. Why are you doing this for my brother when he took his money and left you? The father said, you have been with me, but your brother was dead and now he is alive.
Right.
There are so many stories in the Bible that are strictly about blacks and Hispanics coming together. That's what they're about. The story of the Good Samaritan is about blacks and Hispanics coming together. You had the people who saw this man getting beat up. They did nothing. Then a Samaritan came by and helped him. Well, who is your brother? Who is your brother? The one that helped you, the Good Samaritan. What is Samaria? Samaria is Israel, the part of Israel that was the northern kingdom. That's Samaria. You put all these precepts together with the wild olive tree. The whole point is blacks and Latinos coming together, unifying. Go ahead and read.
Kind of kind. Back in Romans 11 and 12. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
If when they fall, the world gets rich because they were the chosen people of God. Now the whole society gets rich because now we share in being the chosen people of God like we did in the past. And now the Gentiles get to get their fullness. They get to have some money. They get to have God's protection because God needs a people. He needs to have someone to champion his word. So now he brings back everybody. Now that we're all equal in sin, we all can be equal in our attainment of grace. So now everyone comes back who at one time was thrown away. Well, that must mean that the Jews are something special, which is what Paul is trying to teach the brothers who are Gentiles, meaning the brothers in Galatia, in Corinth, in Rome. Paul was sent not to Jerusalem, but he was sent to cities where Israelites were living as heathens. Israelites were living as Gentiles to convert them back to the belief of their forefathers. Continue.
Kind of kind. Verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Now, Paul just said he was an Israelite. He said that in this same chapter. He's from the tribe of Benjamin. Now he's saying, I'm the apostle of the Gentiles. Why? Because he's one of them. He's one of them, and his job is to unify the nation of Israel, to get the brothers and sisters who for 600 years have thought that they were Thessalonians, Corinthians, Romans, Ephesians, and to teach them that they're actually the chosen people of God by ancestry. They've been living in a strange land. They've taken on the customs of that other people. They've been Gentiles according to their flesh, living like heathens, acting like heathens. But they can come back now because of grace. And now follow the God of Abraham. Follow the God of their forefathers.
If,
Continue.
if I may,
Come on.
sir. Um, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but I almost find it poetic that going back to the statement you made about Paul when he said that he was a Jew, like he was of like a certain class. They didn't call themselves Israelites, but the Lord using someone who would have in time past looked down on the other tribes. He's using him like to get them. To,
Brother,
yes.
what you're saying is the truth, Thabawan. Go ahead. Were you finished?
Yeah, that was it, sir. I think it's poetic
Let me
almost.
tell you, that's what must happen. Let me tell you, if you are a black man, you're from the tribe of Judah, right? It is your job to go and to rescue the Latinos and the North American Indians. Why? Because it is the exact same dynamic as it was in Jerusalem.
Mm,
Here you are, you're a black man, you have every advantage. Every advantage that the Latinos don't have. You have them. You have the language and the education and the access to health care that Latinos risk their lives to get. It is your obligation to rescue them. That's your obligation. You have to do it. Without doing it is in essence your pride is keeping you from connecting to your brothers. Paul did it. Paul was able to say, I'm from the ruling class, I'm a Jew, but I'm going to go and get my people who are suffering and who think that they're Corinthians and they're Ephesians and they're Thessalonians. I'm going
mm.
to go get them. I'm going to rescue them. It is the job of every black man to go to the Hispanics and let them know that they are your brothers. Nosotros somos su familia y estamos aquí para ustedes. We are your family and we're here for you. It's your job to go to them and do that. It's your job to let every Latino know that they're your family. They're your family. Or else you'll take all of your advantage that you have from being an American citizen and you'll squander it because you have money, and that table that you have in front of you will make your heart hard to your brothers who need your help. Paul didn't do that. He didn't do that, brother. He went to them. He went to the poor strangers who were his brothers, and he let them know that God has not cast away his people which he foreknew. God has not done it. Continue.
Kind. Romans 11 and 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office.
He's making himself seen. That's what magnify means. He wants everybody to know, I'm coming here to let you know that you have stumbled, but you haven't fallen. God has not cast away his people, which he foreknew. In the past, you were Gentiles in the flesh, but the Most High God has given you grace and forgiven you for your past actions, for your works. Continue.
Kind. Verse 14. For by I'm sorry, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are
Them which are my what?
my flesh,
Them which are my what?
flesh,
So now, what is this talking about? All you need is a little context. Paul is the same as these people. He's the same. This is not the flesh that's the carnal flesh, that's the evil flesh. This is the flesh that is the same people. Why? Because they are my flesh, not of the flesh, which is different. My flesh is like saying my flesh and blood. Hueso con hueso. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. That's what this is speaking about, that. All right? Well, Paul is the same flesh as these Gentiles. He's the same flesh as them. What does that tell you about the Gentiles? They're of the seed of Jacob. They're of the seed of Isaac. They're of the seed of Isaac, just like him. Continue.
kind. Verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead?
You understand? Meaning what? If you receive the Jews, then you're going to absolutely be blessed, because when the Jews fell, all of us got blessed. What is he trying to do right here? He's trying to show the Jews that they are hueso con mi hueso, carne de mi carne. They're the same flesh, the same blood. If the Jews fall, means we all can come back, then the Jews must be very important. Remember, he's talking to the Gentiles. He's talking to Hispanics, so-called North American Indians. He's trying to tell them that the Jews are important. They're important. Why? Because we used to hate each other. We would hate each other. And so he's going to Hispanics saying, well, the Jews, their fall means everyone gets to come back who at one time was here. The Jews must be important. Let's not hate the Jews. Let me tell you something. If you are a Latino, it is your obligation not to hate black people. You cannot do it. There are Latinos that hate black people. Why? Because Latinos hear about the same racism that white people spit out of their mouths every day. Latinos hear that. Latinos hear about how black people love to steal, how black people are lazy, how black people don't want to work. And Latinos hear that, and before you know it, you Latinos will look down on black people
Right.
because you say you're black and living in America, but yet you don't go out and work, yet you don't have anything. Stop believing what white people say about black people, Latinos. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Paul is trying to tell you, don't look down on the tribe of Judah. Don't look down on them because they fell. We all get to come back. Today, Latinos, it's your obligation. It's your obligation to never hate black people. Don't listen to white people. You Latinos kill me. White people hate Latinos. They send ICE agents into your neighborhoods. But the minute a white man says that black people are lazy, you believe it. The minute that a white man says that black people are just drug dealers and we don't want to work, you believe the same white man when he talks evil about black people. And then that white man puts a mask on and drags you out of your car. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
He's a liar when he talks about Latinos, and he's a liar when he talks about black people. It is an obligation, if you are Latino, to never let the racism of white people separate you from black people.
Right.
You.
Kind. Romans 11 and 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy.
For if the what?
First fruit.
The first fruit. Who are the first fruit? The first fruit is talking about the tribe of Judah. It's a farming metaphor. So what you want to first do is think about a tree, right? A tree that grows up from a root in the ground. And the fruit comes out holy. So you got a beautiful olive, and it's a beautiful olive. It's the first olives of the season, which means they're the biggest, the juiciest, and it's the perfect olive. Well, if that olive is perfect, then that root must be perfect. If the olive is perfect, then the root is perfect. Remember that for later. Keep going.
Kind of Makan. The lump is also holy.
Mm-hmm. The
And if
lump is speaking about the root. Like imagine an olive tree, you dig it up out the ground, and that big old part at the bottom, that bulb at the bottom where all the root structure is, that's the lump. The big lump that's in the ground that you plant in the ground, that's the lump, the root structure. Well, if the roots are holy or the lump is holy, then the fruit is holy. If the fruit is holy, then the root is holy. Keep going.
kind. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
And if the root is holy, which is the lump, then the branches are also holy. All you need to do is focus here, and you will see that we are not talking about another people because we are all from the same tree. The lump is holy. The olives are holy. The branches are holy. It's the same tree. It's the exact same tree. It's not a different family tree. It's the same tree. The fruit, the root, the branches, it's the same. Gentiles and Jews are the same people in the Bible. Some of them are the olive, some of them are the branch, some of them are the roots. The whole thing is the same. Gentiles and Jews are the same. They're the same family tree. Continue.
Kind. And if some of the branches be broken off,
Now here we go. Now listen carefully. Some of what kind of branches? Are oak trees branches? Pine trees branches? if some of this branch that comes from that same holy fruit, the same holy root, the same holy lump, if a branch gets broken off from that same tree, keep going,
And thou, being a wild olive tree,
and you being a what?
wild olive tree,
You being a wild oak tree,
olive tree,
pine tree,
olive tree.
you're an olive tree. You're the same as the tree. You see, the whole myth about the grafted in scripture is that God took a whole nother people and grafted them onto this tree. So now white people can become part of this family. Africans can be part of this family. They can't because they're a different tree.
Right.
They're not the same tree. This whole tree is holy. This is a holy tree. So if a branch breaks off and there's another holy tree over there, it's the same as this tree. They're both olive trees, but the difference is this tree is wild. What do I mean when I say wild? Instead of this tree being raised on the farm, tended to by the gardener, pruned and cultivated, this is an olive tree that's raised off the farm. It's wild. It does what it wants to do, but it's holy because it's the same tree, but it's just not kept by the gardener. What's the wild olive tree? The northern kingdom. Why? Because they were separate from this tree for 600 years. They're the same tree. They're all holy. The fruit is holy. The branch is holy. The root is holy. So if a branch breaks off and I go get a wild olive tree, that wild olive tree is still holy.
Right.
I take it and I join it to this tree. Who is the wild olive branch? The northern kingdom, Hispanics, because they were thrown away by God 600 years before the Jews were thrown away by God. Keep going.
Kind of kind. And thou, being a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them.
You see, remember, he said thou because he's talking to the Gentiles. He's saying you are a wild olive tree. You were not in Jerusalem, but the whole tree is holy, the fruit, the branch, the lump. So you were over here being holy, over here being separate from other trees, but you were wild. You weren't being cared for by God, by the gardener. You were wild. But now you're going to come back and join this tree. Why? Because a branch broke off. How did a branch break off? What is that a metaphor for? For their sin making breaches in their nation because they sinned. So now a wild bunch can come and join because they're the same family tree. Keep going.
It's like it, sir. I believe Captain Kaza asked, is the root the covenant?
No, you don't want to think covenant by the root. You want to think family tree, blood. Blood. You want to think more like this. The Israelites from the past, that's the root. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they're the root. The tree is the whole nation. The branches are the different families, like the Sadducee and Pharisee, and the different families on this tree. Well, some of these branches broke off because the Pharisee and the Sadducee were terrible sinners, just like the northern kingdom were terrible sinners. So this family broke off. Now I can go get a whole wild olive tree and join it. This olive tree at times past would have been too wild to join this tree. But the Sadducee and Pharisee, hell, they were wild too. They were sinners. So now I can go get another branch who is not from the farm. I can join them to this tree because we're all olives. We're all olive trees. We're not a different type of tree. So I can join it to the olive tree. Keep going.
Kind of kind. Romans 11 and 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree, both
Partakers of the root and fatness. What's the root and the fatness? Meaning, because I'm an olive tree, but I was a wild one out there in the forest, I can join unto this good, cared for tree. The root and the fatness is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is the family at the root. So now I'm part of the covenant, going to Katazar's question. I'm part of the covenant because now I'm part of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you can do it like that if that's what you meant, Katazar, right? You're part of Abraham. The root of this family is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These olive branches that are wild, they weren't partaking in that because they were off in Assyria eating pork and eating shrimp and doing God knows what. But the Pharisee dropped off. That branch broke off. The religious leaders broke off because they're sinners. Now the wild tree over there in Samaria can come back home because they're all part of the same tree. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
You understand that? When you come back into this tree, don't boast against the other families in this family tree. Meaning what? Don't think that you're better than black people, Latinos. That's another curse in our nation. Latinos think that they're better than niggers. Why? Because of white racism. Latinos hear white racism every day. They hear it. Latinos have colorism too. Latinos look down on darker skinned Mexicans and on darker skinned Puerto Ricans and on darker skinned, Panamanians or Dominicans. That's from white racism. Don't believe white racism. Don't hate us simply because white people hate us. Don't boast against the branches. That's what that's talking about. When we come together, a Latino could think that they're better than black people because white people have taught the planet that black people are garbage. Don't believe it. Don't listen to their racism. You come back into this family and be part of us. We're all niggers now. We're all spics now. We're
Right.
all hated. All of us are hated. I remember, let me tell you how ridiculous blacks and Latinos hating each other is. Do you know that there were laws about a year ago outlawing the shiesty mask? Who knows what a shiesty mask is? Oh, Bun, do you know what that is? Thabawan.
Count on kind, sir.
Type in your phone, put it up on the screen, and tell me if cities pass laws outlawing shiesty masks. This is how terrible the hatred of blacks and Latinos is when they hate each other. I remember it so clearly, brother. It was about 3 months before Donald Trump became president. And there were cities all over the country that hated to see young niggers wearing a mask. Do y'all have that out in Los Angeles as well, like in California?
I'm pulling up the map, bro. Let me see. Can't
Oh,
recall.
I know everyone else online knows what I'm talking about. Before Donald Trump became president, the most evil thing in the world was a YN wearing a mask. I mean, cities were passing laws saying that you could not wear a shiesty mask. You couldn't wear it. They passed laws. What do you have right there in
Yeah,
front of you?
this is the by state, the states that have an anti-mask laws as of 2025, and California
Let
is one
me
of them.
see. It's California, the state of California, before ICE agents, they passed the law stopping every YN from wearing a mask. Every YN. Give me some more states. Is Chicago up there?
I see Minnesota, New York, Connecticut,
New
Delaware,
York.
DC.
No, New York had a law where you could not be a YN wearing a mask. Give me some more states.
Florida.
Florida, you could not be a young nigger, a YN wearing a mask. They made it illegal. So if you were a young nigger wearing a mask, a YN wearing a mask, you would be arrested for that. And every state said, you're right. We cannot have these YNs wearing these masks. It's terrible. It's horrible. We can't allow it. What happened 3 months later, brother? Donald Trump became president. Now, ICE agents are wearing the exact same mask that the YNs used to wear, and you were terrified of them. You hated them. Now, ICE agents wear them every day. And they snatch you out of your car, and you don't even know their badge number or their face to sue them. This is what I'm talking about. Anybody who thought, yeah, we can't let these YNs wear a mask, this is terrible because these young niggas is out here committing crime. They're carjacking people. Now you're still getting carjacked by a man in a mask, but he's white, and there is no law against him doing it. There is no one to stop him from doing it. We cannot hate each other. Latinos, you don't stop believing the racism of white people, thinking that black people are criminals and that black people are terrible. That is white racism. That's white racism. All of our people, we suffer and we commit crime because we're in poverty. Black people are in poverty and they're on drugs, and we are suffering and we are dying. And because of the suffering and the dying, sometimes we commit crime. Sometimes we commit a crime because we're suffering and we're dying. And you remember that. But tenemos un enemigo común. Y cuando nos unimos, nuestros adversarios caerán. Remember this and don't forget it. We have a common enemy. A common enemy. And when we come together, our enemy will fall.
Right.
It's going to happen. Don't ever let anyone divide us. If you're black, don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't let Mexicans come over here. They're going to steal your jobs. White people don't want you to have the job. Don't you see the Supreme Court said that? White people don't want black people to get the goddamn job. Hispanics aren't taking your jobs. Robots are. The federal government is taking away your job. Don't ever hate Latinos because you think they want your job. And Latinos, don't ever hate black people because white people said that we're no good. Don't vote against the branches. Don't hate each other. Continue.
Kind of kind. Verse 19. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in.
You read that one more time.
Kind of kind. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in.
So what might the Hispanics say? They might say that these rich, affluent Judites, or these Judites that had more opportunities than me, they broke off so I could come back. Meaning, once again, niggers ain't shit, and so that's why I got to come over here. I'll give you the term they always say. Donald Trump said it. Donald Trump one time said, the people from the inner cities won't work these jobs in the fields. So we have to bring in Latinos because the people from the inner cities won't work these jobs. If you can look that up, that's a quote from Donald Trump. That's that same racism, like niggers don't want to get out there in the fields anymore. They don't want to work. So we need Latinos because niggers don't want to work. That's a goddamn lie.
Right.
That's why the minute Uber came up, every black man became an Uber driver because niggers want to work, but white people don't want to hire us. They can't stand hiring us. They work the entire system in America to stop you from getting a job. Then they pass laws in the Supreme Court to make sure you don't get a job. And yet Latinos were here. Well, niggers don't want the job. That's a lie. That's not true at all. That's not true, and don't you believe it. You might think that black people, who have opportunities have fallen so you can come in and take their place. Keep going.
Kind of kind. Verse 20. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and
Read that
thou
again.
kind of kind. Because of unbelief they were broken off.
You see that? The reason that they were broken off is because they didn't believe. That's the problem with the tribe of Judah. Not because they don't want to work or they're no good or they're just born criminals. It's their lack of belief. Belief in what? Belief in God. That's the problem with the tribe of Judah. Their lack of belief in God. They believe in oppression. They believe in slavery. They believe in that. But they don't believe in God. They believe in the Christian church. They believe in that. And that's why we fell. Not because we don't want to work or God has no value in us. We didn't find enough value in God. Now you remember that. Because if whoever does that of any tribe, the same will happen to all of us. We all have to believe in God this time. We're all getting another chance. This time we have to believe. Continue.
Kind. And thou standest by faith.
Thou do what?
Standest by faith.
You stand by faith. What does faith mean? You believe. You believe. That's us right now. Here we are right now, being Americans and Mexicans and people who are not part of the Commonwealth of Israel, but we believe now. The people of the past, the Jews of the past, who didn't want to be Jews, they wanted to be Romans. They wanted to worship Baal. But now, after so many years, 2,000 years of slavery, now we're trying to believe. Now we're trying to come back. Now the 12 tribes of Israel are trying to join together again. Why? Because we believe. We have the faith now that our forefathers did not have. Now we have it. Continue.
Kind. Be not high-minded, but fear.
Read that again.
Be not high-minded, but fear.
That speaks straight to the problem that many Latinos have of thinking that they're better than black people. Thinking that black people are just lazy, they don't want to work. Don't you be high-minded, you better be afraid.
Right.
Because if you don't have faith, America will destroy the Latinos too. America will destroy every tribe that lives here long enough. You know what the problem with black people is? We've been here too long. We've just been here too long. And any work ethic and honor that you see in Latinos is because they just haven't been here long enough. But the minute that you're here so long, you become just like white people. You
Right.
become just like them. You start worshiping their God, serving their decadent culture. Before you know it, all those hard-working Latinos, they'll just want to get high, get on crystal meth, and they won't want to work either. They won't want to care about their families once they've been here long enough as well. Don't be proud. Any weakness that you see in black people is simply because they didn't believe enough. They didn't believe. They became just like the oppressor that God told them to never join. And the same could happen to any one of the 12 tribes. Keep going.
Kind. Verse 21. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee.
You better be careful. You better be careful. Tenemos un dolor profundo y el alcohol y las drogas no te adarte a olvidarla. Meaning we have pain, profound pain, that drugs and alcohol does not help you to forget. It doesn't help. We've been here suffering so much that before you know it, all we care about is trying to forget our pain. Now, Latinos, if you come here and if you're here forever, suffering under this hell, suffering under the religions of this world, suffering under the racism that you see happening right now with ICE, before you know it, they'll call you lazy too. They'll call you no good and shiftless too. They'll do the same thing to you. You better come together with black people. You better
Right.
come together with the tribe of Judah and don't boast against them. And Judah, don't let these Latinos make you angry. Keep going.
Kind. Verse 22. Behold, therefore the goodness and severity of God on them which fail, severity.
Mhm.
But toward
Therefore,
thee,
the goodness and severity on God. For them which fell, severity. If you sin against God, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to get wiped out. You're going to be a byword and a YN that every city makes a law stopping you from wearing a mask, not knowing that ICE agents are about to wear the same mask and rip you out of your car and rip your child out of daycare. Keep going.
on them which fell, severity.
Mm-hmm.
But toward thee, goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off.
That's what I just broke down what Paul is trying to say. You'll become just like these Judites who you look down on because they're decadent and sinners and thieves and whores. And here you are coming from Mexico, from Reynosa, Tamaulipas, like my warrior out there, mi carnal de Reynosa, Tamaulipas, out there, Yashikar, Bun Yashikar, man. The brother, I'm trying to learn Spanish from him. I accept his correction on all of my errors. Estoy aprendiendo español para ti. Porque la amos de la todos los latinos. I'm trying to learn Spanish because I love every Latino. So I'm trying to learn it. And mi carnal de Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Yashikar, he's the one that has endeavored to teach me Spanish. And I'm trying to learn it because I love you, because I love the Latinos. And that's what we have to do for one another. We have to do that. We have to give up our pride and our hatred and the learned hatred that the white man has taught us to have for each other. And we have to care about one another. Yo te apoyo, to me apoyas. I'll take care of you, you take care of me. And because of that, we'll be one nation, formed together again, healed together again, grafted together again, with one king over us all. Keep going.
Come on, Khan. Verse 23. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be
Mm-hmm.
grafted in, for God is able to graft them in again. For if thou were
Graft them in when?
again,
What does that mean? Thabawan? What is that talking about?
right?
Why does it say graft them in again? I know the Christians never saw again right there. They never noticed it because they're blind. Well, you see, Christians, they were there before. They were there before. They were the people that God foreknew. That's why it said grafted in again, because they were already there. They were there before. But they were the fruit that was holy. Now that fruit grew wild, grew somewhere else. But it's still an olive tree. Do I need to do this? Okay. Tell me if I can graft an orange tree to an olive tree. Tell me that. Can someone look that up, Thabawan? Can you do that?
Come on, sir.
Tell me if I can I just want to graft in a whole different kind of tree to an olive tree. I haven't even looked this up yet, but you know, I got a little common sense under Commander General Yahana. Can I just want to grow I want to mix an apple tree with an olive tree. Can I do that?
No, sir.
That's a shocker. I'm shocked. Go ahead and read what you see.
Um, it's just showing me. It's just showing me.
Yeah.
It's basically they just saying that it's not possible. They're just
It's
saying it's
not.
not
It's
possible.
not. It's not, warrior. You cannot graft a whole different kind of tree into an olive tree. If you're going to graft a branch from a tree onto an olive tree, guess what, farmers out there? It has to be the same kind of tree. It has to be an olive tree. You see, it's the same tree. It's not a different family tree. It's not another race. The entire reason that you can graft it in is because it's the same kind of tree.
Right.
They're all olive trees. The fruit is holy. The branch is holy. The lump is holy. The fruit once you take the fruit from an olive tree, you might grow it out there wild, grow it out somewhere else. It's still that holy fruit that came from that holy lump, that came from that holy root. And one day I could take it and grab the branch of it back onto the tree again, 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 because it was on that tree to begin with. That's all I can do for you. You get the, I'm making it simple enough. The
Come on,
grafted
come.
tree is the same kind of tree. It's the same branch. It just was raised somewhere else. It was raised in Ephesus, in Corinth, in Rome, but it's the same holy olive tree. Keep going.
Cut on Khan. Verse 24. For if thou were cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree?
Until their what olive tree?
Their own olive tree.
Until their what olive tree? Okay, now let's run down the scenario just now. You're going to read it slowly,
Yes, sir.
and I'm going to try to show Christians this is talking about the exact same family who was broken off from each other, right? Broken off. When did that happen? When were these branches broken off? During the time of King Solomon's son, Rehoboam. Or was it Jeroboam? Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Those were Solomon's sons, and the nation was ripped from them. One of them was Solomon's sons, right?
Come on, come.
Because King Solomon had sex with women who were not of his people. The nation was rent from him. Ripped from him. That's when the olive tree was snapped off and it was planted somewhere else. And it grew up wild. Now read it again slowly and I'll break it down. Go ahead.
Cut on Khan. For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature,
You were living in a wild olive tree and you were wild by nature. What does it mean to be wild by nature? I gave you the answer already in this class. You are by nature wild. Nature. Someone give me this answer. Nature. It's your nature to be wild. It is your, I'll give you 10 seconds to answer this question right, or else no one is paying attention and I'm wasting my goddamn time.
type in your comments.
Type it in your comments. It is your nature to be wild because you are wild according to, come on, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Type it
4,
in.
3, 2, 1. You are wild according to your flesh.
Right.
That's wild by nature. There you go. Flesh and works, Princess Kanawa. That's the olive tree, wild by nature. They do things according to what their body wants. They do whatever their penis wants, whatever their vagina wants, whatever their stomach and mouth wants. You're wild by nature. You do things according to the flesh. In times past, you were Gentiles according to your flesh. You were wild by nature. Your whole life was just you doing whatever comes naturally. You didn't do what God told you to do. You did whatever comes naturally. I don't want to hear anybody telling me they were born gay. I was born gay. Nigga, you're supposed to change how you were born. That's what God said. I was born to kill people. I was born to steal. I was born to sell drugs. I was born like that. I'm supposed to change. You were born gay. You're supposed to change the nature of your birth. That's your obligation. You're not supposed to stay the way you were born. You were born selfish. You were born, you didn't care about anyone but yourself. That's how you were born. David said, in sin was I conceived. My mother conceived me in sin. I was born in sin. If you're born gay out there, then that is what you are not supposed to stay.
Right.
You're supposed to change your nature. That's your job. Well, these people, when they were out there living in Corinth, living in America, living in California, living in Mexico and Haiti, they just did what came naturally. That's all they did. That's how they were. Keep going.
Count on kind. For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a
But now
good.
you're put into this new tree that is contrary to nature. That's the Israelite school of UPK. And here, I don't give a damn how you were born. Decide who you want to be. Decide it. We are priests. You are not a priest without taking an oath. We're not priests in here because we were born to be priests. We were born to be murderers and drug dealers. We were born to be in prison for the rest of our lives. That's what we were born to be. But you are not a priest without an oath. We took an oath. We made a promise to God to be better than we were born. That's us. We were taken out of the wild olive tree and put into a tree contrary to nature, contrary to how we were born, contrary to our environment. I'm not my neighborhood anymore. I can't be my neighborhood. I can't be me Vadio or my Reza or the Rez. I can't be my block. That's how I was born. I have to be contrary to how I was born. That is my obligation and my duty, and I took an oath to do it. Continue.
Count on kind. How much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree?
If the Jews decide, I'm going to change, I'm going to be different. I was born in Jerusalem and I have strayed from the commandments of God, but I'm going to be better, my God. Then you're going to have 12 tribes serving one God, having one king. You'll have the ones who were raised far away, who were wild, come back. And you'll have the olive branch who was born there. He will repent. He will change. And he will come back. Now you have 12 tribes. Las 12 tribus de las nación de Israel. Now you have the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The ones who were Jews living in Jerusalem, they sinned. They're coming back. The ones who were living in America, worshiping wolves and buffaloes and worshiping the sun, they're going to come back too. Now you have one nation, one God, one king, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Continue.
Count on kind. Verse 25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in.
Israel is, don't be conceited because you see the Jews have fallen. Don't be conceited because you see black people have, become drug dealers and pimps and whores and, Nicki Minaj and, all the filth that white people say about us and that white people push on us. Because there is blindness come in this nation until the fullness of the Gentiles come in. Meaning what? We're sinning because we're blind. Remember earlier in this same chapter where the Lord said only a remnant will see the truth now, right? And the majority of us will be blind. Well, when the fullness comes in, then the majority of us will see. That's coming. That's coming. There's a time coming. Right now, you have the Israelite school of UPK. And we are, just like in the time of Elijah, we are the 7,000 men who will not bend the knee to Baal. The Lord has preserved a small group, a remnant, who will not worship a strange God. But the majority of our people are blind. There's going to come a time when blacks and Latinos, Haitians, West Indians are going to realize in mass numbers that they are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's when the fullness comes in. Then you're going to see Jesus Christ return.
Hmm.
Then you're going to see, right now, you're seeing a small group of men, a couple of thousand of us here in the Israelite School of UPK. You're seeing us, and we're fighting against millions of Christians, and you fake Israelites have joined them. But there's a time coming when the fullness of the Gentiles will come through, meaning a majority of people that thought they were Hispanics, that thought they were Haitian, that thought they were African American, that thought they were North American Indians, a majority of them are going to realize that they are Israelites. Then you're going to see that this faith had substance. This faith had teeth and claws. Then you'll see then. That's when the fullness of the Gentiles comes in. Keep going.
Kind on kind. So all Israel shall be saved.
So what?
And so all Israel shall be saved.
And so what?
All Israel shall be saved.
Thabawan, are you telling me that I had to break this precept down because Christians think that this is saving white people and Chinese people? The culmination is like saying, so in conclusion,
Right.
all Israel shall be saved. Why is it saying, so all Israel shall be saved? Because this entire topic
Right.
was about two halves of Israel. One half raised in Assyria, in Samaria, in Rome, in Philadelphia, New York, and San Bernardino, California, in Los Angeles, California. And then another part raised there in Judea, in Jerusalem, where they had the laws and the commandments. They're both Israelites. None of them are white people. None of them. None of them are ICE agents, white people. None of them. Otherwise, how in the hell does this make any sense? Read that last part again.
Kind. And so all Israel shall be saved.
So everything we just read, all the way from verse 1, in conclusion,
Right.
and so all Israel shall be saved. The Israelites who are the wild olive tree and the Israelites who are the natural olive tree. All Israelites shall be saved because every part of this olive tree are Israelites. None of them are white people. None. You don't need, white people do not need the Bible for salvation. White people have ICE and Border Patrol agents to save them. White people have the Congress, the Senate, the Supreme Court to save them. White people have their champion, Donald J. Trump, to save them. Blacks and Latinos, we need the Lord. We need mi padre, nuestro padre. We need our Father. We need him because nothing else wants to save us. Anything else?
Kind. Last part. Last two verses, if I could, unless you wanted to go.
Is that for you?
Romans 11:26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
From white people. Yeah, I don't
From
know why.
Jacob.
You know how many years I've had to break this down now? I don't have the patience of Commanding General Yohana. I do not. I mean, by now, if I don't get to go on CNN and beat up on bigger game, I need to beat up on bigger game. Bigger. I need to beat up on, Bill O'Reilly or Bill Maher or really Donald Trump. He's who I'd like to get in a battle with. So bad. I mean, so bad. Because if I got to tell another brand new Israelite group that Jesus did not die for white people, I'm bored with it by now. What is happening in here that makes you think this is even talking about white people? Read that part one more time. Then I'm going to go to my precepts and get the hell out of here.
Kind.
In the gym at 8:30 tomorrow morning now. 8:30. Harlem time.
Right.
Keep going.
Kind on kind. And so all Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For
So what's the ungodliness in Jacob in this breakdown? Being wild, being of his flesh. He's going to take him out of that and bring him into the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
mm,
And the people who are in the covenant, who have broken it while they live in the covenant, he's going to change them too.
mm,
They're all going to come back together. All Israel shall be saved. There shall be one king over this nation. That's the deliverer. His name is Yahushua in the Hebrew, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
right.
He's going to save this nation. And he loves every tribe, every last one.
Mm,
Every tribe, all 12 tribes. He's all of our king. He's not just the king of black people. He's the king of Hispanics. The apostle Paul was not a Judite. He was from the tribe of Benjamin. And there are so many great Hispanics in the Bible. Tolah is one of my favorite ones. The one that came to the aid of King David. And without Tolah from the tribe of Yashakar, without Tolah, David would not have been king over the 12 tribes of Israel. And David said it. He said it. Is it more here or give me speckled bird if it's not more here?
and the last verse, verse 27. For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins.
That's his covenant. He promised he was going to take away our sins. How did he take away our sins? By giving his life for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's who he come for. That's who he came for. I came not, but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Jesus Christ only died for the Israelites. I don't know what you're reading, what your preacher has told you to think that the grafted in is speaking about saving white people. ICE agents save white people, not the Bible. ICE does, though. Donald Trump does. The Supreme Court does, but not the Bible. What else do you have?
This is Jeremiah 12 and 9. It's like I said, I think you
Go ahead.
breaking up just a little bit. Let
Okay.
me see. Okay, Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto
My
me.
what?
Mine
My what?
heritage.
The Lord said his heritage, meaning his people. His people. That's your heritage. You know, your grandsons, your grandfathers, your great grandsons. That's your heritage. Your children. My heritage is unto me. Keep going.
As a speckled bird.
Now, come on now. What does that mean, a speckled bird? Someone look that up. Look that up in the biblical dictionary on what that word speckled bird means. A speckled bird. Because this is something that is small to you because your whole life is about saving a people who are already saved, a people who already are protected, who already are taken out of danger. White people. And never mistake this. You black Christians and fake Israelites, you have no designs on saving Chinese people. You don't care about them. You don't care about saving the Chinese. You don't care about saving the Hawaiians. All you care about is saving white people. Because really, your love is tied to whoever has the most money. That's it. So your whole life is about saving white people because white people have all the money. Your whole life is about saving Jewish people because you want money from Jewish people. I feel sorry for Jewish people because Jewish people probably are fooled every day by thinking that someone loves them. Every politician schleps a yarmulke on their head and says, I love Israel. I will stand for Israel. What's that boxer's name that said, I will always defend Israel?
Mayweather,
Floyd,
sir.
Floyd Mayweather said, I always will defend Israel. Kanye West says, I love Israel. Mayor, the leader of the Senate, the the Democrat in charge of the Democrats in the Senate, Schumer, He has a yarmulke on his head saying, I love Israel. I feel so sorry for Jewish people on this account. How do you ever know who really cares about you and who really just wants your money? You never know, do you? Jewish people, I feel sorry for you because everybody schleps a yarmulke on their head and says, I love Israel. The mayor of New York, Eric Adams, he put a yarmulke on and said, I will defend the Jewish people. I wonder if Jewish people are sitting home going, he really loves us. Or are some Jewish people going, Eric Adams doesn't give a damn about us. Kanye West doesn't give a damn about us. They just want our money. I wonder if you know about it, Jewish people, or if you even give a damn. If you care, it's probably sad being you because so many people will kiss your Jewish ass simply because they want your money, but they don't really love you. They don't care about you at all. And it must be difficult for you to know the difference. Keep going.
So I have that word speckled bird.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Speckled. Speckled means, um, excuse my pronunciation. Very variegated.
Mm-hmm.
Very means multicolored.
Yeah. Multi what?
Multicolored.
Multi what?
Multicolored.
Now go back to the precept. Multicolored. Let me give you the, what you use to divide blacks and Hispanics. One is the language. Two is because Gadite North American Indians are light skinned. Hispanics are light skinned. Judites are darker skinned. And you think that our skin complexions means we're separate. You think that the difference in language means that we're separate. Read it again.
Kanawakan. Very. Oh, it's like it's Jeremiah 12:9. Mine
Mhm.
heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
You see, the Lord's children come in different shades of brown. You have some very light skinned Judites and black people, some very dark skinned. You have some dark skinned Latinos. You have some dark skinned North American Indians. You have some light skinned Latinos, some light skinned North American Indians. And we all sit and look at each other like we're different, from each other. But I've never heard of a blonde haired white man saying that a brunette haired white man weren't the same. Some white people have red hair. Some have freckles. Some have blonde hair. Some have brunette hair. They're all the devil, all of them. But meanwhile, if someone is light skinned, you go, well, he's closer to a white man. If someone is dark skinned, well, he's closer to an African. The Lord said his people, his heritage, are multicolored. We're different colors. We're different shades because of the white man's oppression. Many times, if you're light skinned, you would get a better job. You would be more attractive to women because women would want a child who is light skinned. And so now that created colorism in our people of every tribe. Every Hispanic tribe, every black so-called tribe believes that lighter skinned is more beautiful at a certain time because we wanted to look more like white people. And then when we rebel against white people, we want to be darker. So now we have the same people being divided by complexion. Complexion. When God said what in the Bible? Again?
Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
The Lord's people are different shades and different colors, just like white people are. Just like white people have blonde hair, red hair, and black hair. All of them are the devil. All of them. Well, whether you're light skinned, whether you're dark skinned, you're still an Israelite if you come from the seed of Israel, from blacks and Hispanics. You're still an Israelite. My people are unto me as a speckled bird, meaning different colors, different shades of brown. Keep going.
Kanawakan. The birds round about her are against her.
Oh, hold up now, but there's other birds now. You see, my people have different colors, but there's other birds. You got that blue jay. He's one color, that blue jay. That red woodpecker. There are different birds who are not speckled, right? They're not. You got that red bird, that red cardinal. Those other birds, they're not his heritage. They're not his birds. You understand? He
If
had a
I'm
bird, that's his bird. His bird is speckled, that's his bird, that's his heritage. But the other birds, there are other birds who are not his birds, not the ones that are his heritage. Read it again.
if I may, sir, the eagle.
Come on, give him a hand. Denele un aplauso. The eagle, that's correct. Keep going.
The birds round about her. Oh, it's like it. The birds round about are against her. Come ye,
Mm-hmm.
assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour.
Let me tell you something, brother. There are birds that are not God's birds. There are people that are not God's people. There's an heritage that is not God's heritage. They're different. We're not the same. God loves this bird. This bird has different shades of brown, different colors. Then there's those other birds. That's not God's bird over there. Those are different people. And you better know the difference. You better come together with your heritage, with your people. And some of them are light skinned, some of them are dark skinned. That is how God's bird looks. You better understand that. That's one of the major divisions. Who's light skinned, who's dark skinned. Give me the language. You know, the language is what the gift of tongues is about. You
Right.
Christian, the gift of tongues is to break the language barrier that exists amongst blacks and Latinos and North American Indians. That language barrier. The gift of tongues was to speak to other people who spoke a different language, but you all are the children of God. But you speak different languages. The apostles received the gift of tongues on the day of Pentecost. So no matter where you were from, you heard the speaking in your language, which is why it's a gift today to be able to understand languages. You have brothers like Yashikar Bun Yashikar, de Reynosa, Tamaulipas. He's bilingual and speaks perfect Spanish and perfect English. And that is such a gift. Yashikar has the gift of tongues. There are other brothers that have the gift of tongues. What's the other brother? The brothers out there in California, doc, that just speak fluent Spanish, fluent English,
Right.
Kashawar,
Ka-
Kashakawar,
You got if I could, you got Kamada. That brother
Kamada.
that brother speak English, Spanish, Hebrew.
Let me tell
uh
you, Officer Kamadog has the gift of tongues.
Count on
Officer
kind.
Kamadog is one of the chosen people of God, the tribe
Right.
of Yashikar. Right?
Count
He
on kind.
speaks fluent English, fluent Hebrew, fluent Spanish. That's the gift. Because of Kamada, we can be connected because there is no language barrier.
Right.
He can speak to the brothers who speak Spanish. He can speak to the brothers that speak English. That is a tremendous gift from God. It's a gift. It's a tremendous thing. Give me some more names.
Malakma,
Malakma.
Yashikar,
Come on.
uh
Yashikar. Keep going.
Ashkawar,
Ashkawar. Give him. Come on.
count on kind. It's let me see. Um shoot. There's a lot of
Let
brother.
me give you
This
one. This brother is from the tribe of Judah. He's the camp leader in Virginia. What's the camp leader in Virginia's name?
um
He's the captain over Virginia.
Natazak?
Natazak Nashah.
Count on kind.
Let me tell you, Natazak Nashah told me that when he was a little child, he moved into a Hispanic neighborhood. And he said these little old ladies took him in who
Hmm.
would run a store. They owned a store on the corner. That's it. In the store selling burritos and what's those things with the corn? They wrap them in a corn husk.
Tamales?
Tamales. And he would go into the store, and these little abuelas treated him like their son. And they taught him Spanish as a child. These
Hmm.
little old ladies. And he is fluent in Spanish, and he is fluent in English. And there are other brothers, the brother down there in the Dominican Republic, the trooper down there, Tawabia, the trooper
Tawabi.
Tawabia, fluent in English, fluent in Spanish. Don't you understand what you are? You have the gift of tongues. You have the gift that bridges together the 12 tribes of Israel. It's a glorious gift. It's a glorious gift. We don't have a language barrier because you have a gift. And you should thank the Lord for it every day. Everyone understands.
Kind
Why?
of.
Because tenemos un enemigo común. Y cuando nos unimos, nuestros adversarios caerán. Nosotros somos su familia y estamos aquí para ustedes. We're going to come together. We're going to be one. And one king will rule over all of us. Keep going.
Kind. That was it on Jeremiah.
That was the other one. What was the other precept I said I need to bring out tonight?
The two witnesses.
Yeah, that's another breakdown for this song. Give me and there's another olive tree one, isn't that right?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Give me
how
the
could
other
I
olive
forget?
tree one.
Jeremiah 11, a chapter prior to the one we were just in.
Go
So
ahead.
like it. Jeremiah 11, and I'll start at 14 if that's okay.
Please.
Therefore, pray not, Jeremiah 11:14. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
You see this? This is the curse, brother. We sinned against the Lord our God, disobeyed his commandments. We lived according to the flesh and not of the spirit. Not of the spirit. And God cursed us, man. And now he's saying, don't cry to me. Don't come to me. I will not help you. I will not be by your side. What you see happening with ICE agents and what you see happening to black people all across the world, Hispanics and Haiti, these are the curses from God because of our lack of faith. That's why these heathens, these animals are allowed to destroy the sheep of God. God is not hearing us. God is not listening to our cries. And the goal of the Israelite School of UPK is to live such a righteous life that God will hear us. He will hear our cry. The cry of Jerusalem has gone up. He'll hear us and he will turn and help us because we are his children. Continue.
Kind. What hath what hath my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she hath wrought lewdness with many?
The Lord is comparing us to his wife, meaning, why is my beloved in my house, seeing that you sleep with other men? You have brought lewdness to many. You're showing your breast and your thighs and your naked body to whoever gives you enough money. That's what blacks and Latinos are doing now. Whoever gives you money, you'll show your naked tail to them. You'll show them your thigh. You'll show them the parts of your body that only your husband should see. Why should you live in my house? Why should I protect you when you won't even spare your body for my eyes only? Continue.
Kind. And the holy flesh is passed from thee.
And the holy flesh is passed from you. Meaning what? You don't keep your body holy. Your body is, you're naked for whoever wants to see it. That's how black people act towards white people. That's why there's brand new Israelite groups did not exist a month ago. And their whole goal is to save white people. A white people who already have Donald Trump in the White House and the Supreme Court made it legal to racially profile. Still, their goal in life is to save white people. You'll show your naked ass to whoever has $1. Continue.
Kind. Verse 16. Oh no, I'm sorry. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. Verse 16. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree.
What'd you say again?
The Lord called thy name a green olive tree.
You see, we're the people that sinned against God. We're his wife that whores ourselves for money. We expect to still live in his house, but he's going to kick us out of his house because we show our naked body to other men. He called us a green olive tree. Israel is the olive tree. Israel is the natural olive tree. Israel is the wild olive tree. And so all Israel shall be saved. Because Israel is all of the olive trees. They're all Israel in Romans, the 11th chapter. Any more?
um, uh, and the Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit.
Mm, mm, mm. Beautiful tree, the good looking tree, and good fruit. Good fruit. He took good care of you, and you still sinned against him. So he took that fruit and threw it out of the garden, and it grew up wild. He took the northern kingdom and threw them out of Samaria, threw them into captivity under the Persians and the Medes. Then he took the tribe of Judah and threw them in captivity in Rome, and threw them into death and peril in Africa. Threw them out. That seed had to grow up wild in West Africa, in Rome, in Europe, in America, in South and Central America, in North America. It was still the seed of the children of God. Still. And now the fullness of the Gentiles is about to happen. Now the people who thought they were American, thought they were Cheyenne and Navajo and Sioux, thought that they were Hispanic and Latino, thought that they were Black and African American. Now the fullness is going to come in, and we're all going to find out that we are the chosen people of God. All of
Damn right.
us.
Okay.
I can tell y'all why y'all show. I believe that was
Okay.
that. Am I missing something?
No, that was it, sir.
No problem.
That was it on
No
that.
problem. Sin problema. Okay, well, that was that. Any questions I'm missing online?
Let me double check, sir. Slack you. Um,
You know what? The two witnesses. I don't believe I need to go through it, but the two witnesses is the same thing. All right.
count.
The two witnesses is the natural olive tree, and the wild one. That's the two witnesses. The two witnesses is Israel and Judah. It's the exact same thing. So if you want another breakdown for the wild olive tree and the grafted in olive tree, it's the two witnesses in Revelation. Go ahead and read that one. So I can be.
Count.
You got two witnesses in the book of Revelation. Remember, you got the two olive trees that are all Israelites. Then you have the two witnesses in the book of Revelations. Go ahead and read it.
Good night. I forgot it said what it's about to say.
Go ahead.
Revelation 11 and 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Mm-hmm.
These are the two olive trees.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh
I
man.
know. I know. By tomorrow morning, there'll be a fresh Israelite group that just started last night,
Right.
and I know they will know that God has chosen them to prove that white people can be saved. I know it. I know it's going to happen. All I can do is tell you, you are redundant because virtually the entire planet Earth believes that white people can be saved,
Hmm.
right? But the Israelite School of UPK could sure use some help proving that blacks and Latinos are more than garbage, are
Right.
more than filthy niggers and spicks. We could sure use some help proving that the people who ICE agents are brutalizing are actually the sons and daughters of God. We could use some help. We could use
Count.
some help. The wild olive tree, they're the two witnesses in Revelations. They're the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. They're the natural olive tree and the wild olive tree. They're both Israel, a nation that was split in two. That's why it's the natural olive tree and the wild olive tree. That's why it's the two witnesses, because they are two that shall be one.
Hmm.
Last precept. You know what I want?
Ezekiel.
This, you know it.
Count.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel. Let me get it for the people. 37. Ezekiel 37 and 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
This is where our 12 tribe sign comes from Judah and his companions. Who are the companions of Judah? The tribes that you would call the Negroid tribes today. Black people, Haitians, West Indians. That's Judah and his companions. Keep going.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Then that's talking about the Puerto Ricans, who are the Latino tribe that has the most advantages today, because Puerto Ricans are American citizens. So they have the most advantage today. And it's speaking about the Puerto Ricans and their fellows, which means all of the so-called Latinos and Hispanics. That includes the tribe of the North American Indians, the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, the Argentinians, all of the so-called Latinos and Hispanics. They're together. So you have two sticks, one for the Black people, one for the Latinos and Hispanics. Keep going.
Kanawakai. And join them one to another into
And
one stick.
join them one to another. Keep going.
Into one stick.
Into one stick. Two nations, two olive trees, two witnesses. You join them together. Go ahead.
And they shall become one in thine hand.
There'll be one in your hand and no more what?
Twain. Or
No,
two.
read it then.
So like it. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen,
From
whither they
where?
from among the heathen.
I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen. Well, after you're among the heathen for 1,000 years, they start to call you a heathen.
Right.
After you're among the heathen for 2,000 years, they start to call you a Gentile because
Right.
you've lived there for so long. Now you're an African American. Now you're a Mexican. Now you're a Haitian. Now you're a Guatemalan. Now you are the land of the people that enslaved you because you've been there so long. But God said the fullness of the Gentiles is about to come through. I'm going to take you out of that land. I'm taking you out of Haiti, out of America, out of Canada, out of Great Britain. I'm taking you out from among those heathens. Don't you see God right there is making a difference between the people living with the heathens and the actual heathens.
Right.
You're living with them, but you're not one of them. You think you are because you're blind and because you have a table full of food that has blinded you. You think you are white, don't you? You think you are French. You think you are British. You think you are Canadian, don't you? That table is a stumbling block unto you. That food you get to eat makes you think that you're one of them until one day a masked man in a tank reminds you that you're not an American. A cop in a police car reminds you you're not an American. You're not British. You'll find out. And you'll see that all we have is us. Solos nosotros. All we have is us. Us ourselves alone. Continue.
Kanawakai. And behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land, and will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations.
No more what?
Two nations.
No more what?
Two nations.
This is the entire culmination of God's will. The two candlesticks, the two witnesses, the two olive trees. It is the correction of Solomon's crime that destroyed this entire nation. Solomon wanted to have sex with women who were not blacks and Latinos. Because of that, God stripped him of the nation and split our nation with a terrible civil war. And we have still not recovered from it. But there are a few men who have not bent the knee to Baal. They won't serve other gods.
Right.
And they are going to join this nation back together again. Those men are the Israelite school of UPK and its warriors, mi carnales, that you see every day, that you
Right.
see all over the world. You see them on the internet. These are the sons of God, the disciples of Christ, and the prophets of the Lord. And they are joining together, the two halves of one nation, because God commanded it. It is God's will that blacks and Latinos are one race. It is
Right.
God's will that blacks and Latinos come together as one. David fought to make it happen. David fought to do it. And Tola and the other Hispanics that joined him decided that David would be king. And it is God's will that Jesus Christ rules over that nation. Everyone understand?
Come on, sir.
With that, I believe that's that. All right?
Come on, sir.
Good to go. Any questions online? Am I done? Go ahead.
Let me see. I'm not seeing any questions. Shout out to everybody in the comment section who's been very vocal. Um, everybody has been sticking out.
Most High in Christ. Shalom. Shalamah UPK. I see you, warrior. Damn right, Shalamah. Good to hear from you. Princess Kawana. Good to hear from you, sister. Most High in Christ. Shalom, hermanos y hermanas. Buenos noches. Good night, warrior. Good night. Good night to you, all right?
Come on.
Ashakara. I see you. Mariam Bafyashakar. I see you. Good to see you, sister.
If I could, sir, I just wanted to say, I thank the Most High for allowing the lesson to be, and the water for your time, and giving the understanding on Romans 11. When many would attempt to turn the truth of God into a lie, the Most High is indeed with the Israelite school of UPK under Commander General Yohana to, show that time and time again how truly the Lord is with Commander General Yohana and the school. So
You
the
better
water for
believe
your
it.
time.
Commander General Yohana taught me this breakdown 30 years ago.
Good night.
Listen, I heard a video. You played a CD today that I have not heard in 20 years.
Oh.
What was that? What was that? How did you find that CD? How did you even find that?
So like it, sir. Well, a little bit like my pops, he was in California in the late 90s.
I forgot about that, man. Listen, shout out to your pot, man. Lord be with him, man. Your father, man. Give him a hand. Denele un aplauso. So because of that, you found that CD. Now, is there a date on that CD?
No.
CD, brother, is from 98. I mean, it might be, God damn it, it might be 96. That was before my Hebrew Academy. Okay, I think I was a trooper because I remember there's one skit on there when they're saying their three names. Do you know that is on the CD? Did you hear that one?
They saying, and there's a few. I think I got it.
Okay. See if you can find a song in there where they're, you know how we go, Thabawan. We say the three names, right?
I
remember hearing that skit, brother, when I was a trooper. I was a trooper because the brothers were making fun of me because I was much like I am right now and very enthusiastic. I was like a wild cat in the truth. You get my point? I was very aggressive. You understand? Or too aggressive, overly aggressive in my young age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they made a whole skit about how aggressive I am, saying that I would say my name 3 times and then knock over all the chairs in the room. And, and when I heard it, I forgot about it, for 20 years. Today, I said, "Oh my God, he found that CD." And General Hazayan used to love that CD. Hazayan used to love that CD so much. You should get Hazayan. He probably already has his, probably. But General Hazayan used to love that CD. That was 25 years ago. General Haz loved that CD. See if you can find the one about saying the 3 names.
I think it's 2 of them that say. So I got them converted into on the
Okay,
email. So, but it's 2 of them that I'm gonna play. Here's one of
go
them.
ahead.
It's about 30 seconds. Can you hear it?
I hear it fine.
General Shaquat, you want to call it?
Yeah, I call it.
All right, brother. Okay, sisters, please be seated.
All right, Madam Sabai! All right, Mariam!
That's one. So,
Let me explain that to you, all right? This is them making fun of how brothers would say their name. So in essence, there was a cat named Yediah that would say his name like that. He would scream it. So each one of them is pretending to be the brother who says his name like that during the prayers. You get my point?
Okay.
You go play the other one.
Okay, Let me see here. I have to download it real quick.
Okay, if you don't have it, let me know. But it was just so odd to me that you heard it. And you know what else you can realize from those songs? We taught the exact same thing we teach today. It was the exact. This truth has never changed. We've never compromised it. We've never accepted white people. We've never compromised to the other nations ever. This tape you have is 30 years old. 30. And it is exactly what we do today. We say the prayers like this today. Commanding General Yohana was around for 50 years. But this tape you have in your hand, I remember it when they brung it out as a trooper because they were making fun of how the funny way the brothers say the name. And when they pretended to be me, I'm knocking over all the damn chairs in the room, kicking everybody and stomping everybody in the goddamn room. Just let me know that they thought I was a crazy nigga. When I heard it, I said, these cats think I'm crazy. I remember thinking, like, they think I'm out of my goddamn mind. They thought I was just violent and crazy. And listen, they probably was right. They were probably right about me, bro.
I'll play these. I'll play these 2. Let me see.
Go ahead.
Oh no, that's not it. Outro. I don't know if it's songs. I'm not sure. I can't really fast forward it. But
It's on this CD if you want to check it out, where they're pretending to be me and I'm just a lunatic.
okay.
And I haven't thought about it in 20 years. And I know General Haas used to love it, but it just really crystallizes that we're the same. We haven't changed though. And we haven't changed. We haven't formed a new group and changed anything up. We are teaching what we learned. I learned everything I said tonight in 1995. I learned it then. I learned it coming to class. I learned about Cornelius and him being an Israelite when I was a trooper, when I was a student.
Right.
I learned to break down on the olive tree when I was a trooper. When I was a trooper in the school, I learned it, and I teach it today. One West, fuck the rest.
Right. Damn right, sir.
Excuse me. All right, you can watch it on your own time. Okay, good to go.
Yep.
That is, I want to say the water to the Sons of Thunder. Give them a hand.
Okay.
Officer Thabawan, and what's the other brother's name?
Priest Thabawan out in Texas.
Priest Thabawan out in Texas. Both of you brothers are doing an amazing job, man, teaching and fishing souls into the truth, out of death into life. You're doing an excellent job. Also to the California school. We're doing this on California time tonight. Precinct Captain Gadayawan, Precinct Captain Kwame All. You want to thank anybody else?
Oh, it's like a Precinct Captain Gadalhar.
Precinct Captain Gadalhar, the water. Give him a hand. Denele un aplauso. Gracias. Was there anything else?
That's it, sir. The water again. And if I could, and so Israel shall be saved.
Absolutely. Kwam Yasha Allah.
Kwam Yashala.
Well
Shalom,
done.
sir.
Shalom.